Alright, it looks like audio's working. We don't have to worry about the technical difficulties there. Hello and welcome to Aldrithe this week. I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, Mhairi. Hi everybody that's here tonight. We have a couple things that we want to go over before we get the stream started. Mainly, we are still aware of the Session 35 thing. I am kind of dying at the moment, so I haven't had the chance to finish putting together that recap, but soon we will be able to hit the ground about those VODs. I promise. I've not forgotten about it. We will get there. Also, these are my name debts for the day. I know that the names that I have not fulfilled, I have quite a list, are Gerald Lane, Mud Dirtless, Evelyn... Oh god, I gotta check that again. Evelyn Risenthorpe, Orkmani, and Plum Everfrost. So I have all of those.
We got an Orkmani?
Yes.
Yep.
I think you can thank Andy for that, but
yeah, that tracks.
But also, but since I have quite a bit on the topic of my name, Silvi.
My name is off for a little bit. We're in a place that you're not really going to get a lot of new characters, so we don't want to overload too much. So it's off for just a session or two, and then it'll come back on. It'll come back.
Especially if we end up going to, like, a brand new place somewhere. But yes.
The first person we meet is just Armani, but an orc.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. It's perfect. You walk into a new town. It's the first person you see.
Hi, my name's Orkmani. Done. Hi, my name's Mud Dirtless.
Look, I have done
my
some
name's
shit.
Orkmani, but you can call me Mud Dirtless. Two for one.
Oh my god.
Combo.
God,
Oh.
you are a genius. But,
Thank you.
alright, so those are all of the official announcements that I have to go over. Just Session 35 stuff and my name stuff. As usual, if you'd like to support us, you can donate through our tips link and the link underneath our stream. You definitely don't have to, but we super appreciate it if you do, and either way, we love you very much. Is there anything else that we want to go over before we get things started today?
Not an announcement, but two things. The first thing is, before we started streaming, we all said I love you to one another, which is great, and it's nice, and it's very kind. But also, it's so nice to hear everybody confirm that we do, in fact, love each other right before I have my heart ripped out and served to me on a silver platter, served sous vide. Get it? Because you boil it in water.
Yes. I actually, real quick, before we forget, speaking of,
Yes.
content warning.
Drowning.
Yes, content warning for drowning and discussion, not an actual drowning, but discussions of drowning at the beginning of this session. So, yes, there we are. Yes, hello. Anyway, continue.
You're welcome. And the other thing was, the string part of this song that you're playing, like this creepy, eerie background music, is the exact same fucking chord progression from The Mask with Jim Carrey. I just wanted to point it out. That's all. It's been killing me. Continue.
All right. Anything else that we want to bring up? Speak now for
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! We have a spooky herald in the background.
I'm dressing up as Pyramid Head as a grill dad for Halloween.
Oh, good.
Guys,
yeah,
you
everyone
wanna do a
drop
Halloween
your...
episode? Like
Yes, please.
Yes! I
Yes.
won't be able to wear my costume on stream because I'll just be a massive fucking pyramid head and I won't be
Is
able
Halloween
to see.
actually on Sunday?
Halloween is on Sunday.
yes,
this year, guys.
Halloween is a
Oh my
Sunday this
god,
year.
perfect!
Yeah, no.
That's so
Let's do a
silly.
Halloween
Yes.
episode.
But,
If y'all have outfit suggestions for any of us, we'd love to hear it. Also, I want to know what you guys are dressing up as.
yeah,
If you
drop
have
in chat what you're.
tweeted us on our Twitter at AldritheD&D.
That too. Drop it in chat. Tweet at us. It'll be fun. And I feel like we have to get dressed up in costume. I feel like this is a mandatory thing for us.
I mean, here's the thing. Without my helmet, I'd just be a grill dad, which is
That's
already a
just you.
costume.
That's just your
Yes,
state of being, babe.
I'm sorry that I don't have a costume this year. I'm just wearing socks, sandals, khaki shorts, my apron, and my #1 dad oven mitt.
Yeah. We'll see.
And a giant greatsword.
We'll see what we decide to come up with, who we want to dress up as, but All right. So, with that wonderful news that Halloween is a Sunday, that's a blessing in itself. Would we like to Dungeons and Dragons? Maybe Dungeons and Digressions, but Dungeons and Dragons, Digressions and Distractions?
Yeah,
I think I'm in.
Let's dungeon and dragon.
I feel like
And
if I just
discretion
start
and
adding...
distraction.
Oh, we lost Floyd. There we go.
Hello? Oh,
We lost Floyd!
Oh,
Oh boy.
me
Well,
too.
this is gonna be fun.
we lost Floyd, but worse.
We lost Floyd, but worse. But did they fully go offline? They did. We lost Floyd, friends. But yes, I will stall. I'll riff for a moment while we wait for Floyd to get back.
I have something.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I was gonna say, guys,
Hi,
we haven't plugged in
I'm
a while.
sorry.
You're good.
Go ahead.
I was
plug.
gonna say, guys,
Never stop.
in a while. We have a Discord. You guys should
We
join
do.
it. That's it.
We have a Discord and we have a wiki, and you should check them both out.
That is correct.
All
Yeah,
right.
check out the wiki. You guys can add to our wiki. You can leave comments. I believe all of the comments on the Nomos page are all a word that we can't say on stream. Yeah, check it out.
All right. Now with that, are we good to go to Dungeons and Dragons,
Yes.
Digressions and Distractions, Wyverns and Basements?
Yes, we are.
Perfect. So, last we left off, the group had finally made it back to the city of Targrave. Familiar and Targrave affectionate for some, Targrave neutral to others. Some people find it interesting, find it to be a normal town. Some people have incredible
Targrave derogatory.
have incredible emotional attachments to it. And a lot of these things kind of started to get dragged up as they made it back to the Glittering Hills, the City of Glass. That's what I was looking for. Y'all, my brain is broken today.
The Glittering Hills is just the Edina of Targrave. A joke that maybe one person in this stream will get, maybe.
No.
It's the Westlake of Targrave.
I get that.
Oh, Westlake, I understand that.
It's the Beverly Hills of Targrave.
Right, okay.
There we go.
But yes,
That's where I want to be. Living in Beverly Hills?
no, just,
I'll go.
it's enough.
Weezer was too far, I know.
So, now that that's thrown me off my fucking grind, Jesus
Sorry.
Christ, the group
You're
decided to
sorry,
connect
Mom.
with new people, with old friends back in town, meeting up with the residents of Autumn Alley, or at least most of them. Journey, Dayra, and Hallie were there, but not Twister, Nomos' wonderful partner. Not yet, at least. Meanwhile, Psyche found a lot of focus on both trying desperately to handle their own feelings about Journey. They really gave it their best to avoid that, and kind of succeeded, if only because they avoided it by getting a somewhat terrifying dream. Speaking of terrifying dreams, even Armani and Ivory seemed to get an interesting dream, last time, which was a little bit out
I'd
of
say
the
it was
ordinary
kind of
for them.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Nomos is sleeping like a baby.
Nomos is sleeping like a baby for now.
Catching MCs.
Not for fucking long.
Not for
fucko.
fucking
Let him enjoy it. Please, God.
No, I will not. But Armani and Ivory's dreams resulted in probably an attempted group up, an attempted heart to heart that basically meant Dark stepped over a few lines and caused a little bit of strife, because nothing good ever happens when the Fae are involved. Nothing good ever happens when the Shallow Trader is involved either. Well, I guess
Nothing good ever happens. Period.
Nothing good ever happens.
In Aldrithe.
But with the Shallow Trader's meddling, Floyd!
Wi-Fi might be hated.
Floyd, Wi-Fi might be hated. With the Shallow Trader's meddling, Psyche seemed to be somewhat free from their situation with the Lady of Thorns. Maybe they don't know, because last we left off, Psyche was awoken by a frantic knock at the door of Autumn Alley from where they were crashing in Twister's bed, and the sound of waterlogged coughing. 15 minutes after the door is knocked on, another door is knocked on by Journey coming to wake Nomos up, but we haven't gotten there yet. Instead,
What?
we pick up with Psyche 15 minutes prior. You can hear someone, you know the voice. You can hear Twister just I'm fine. I'm fine. Kind of from the main room, and you can hear Journey fretting, kind of yell. You hear Journey yell, "Dara!" Kind of muffled through the wall, and you can hear footsteps. You are still groggy, weighed down by just the mass of the dream that you just had. You still can feel almost the weightlessness, the fear, and then the all-encompassing warmth that came with the leap out of the Panopticon. But you're here now. You're on the ground. You're in a bed, even if you don't feel as grounded as you could be, and something is happening. What do you do?
I would like to, provided that I can, get up and do, like, not run, but, like, white person half jog across traffic downstairs. I don't want to be noticed, but I want to see what's going on.
Okay, make a stealth check. Also, this is all one floor. You're just peeking your head out a door.
Why is this always 2 stories in my brain? Why has it been 2 stories in my brain the entire
Nope,
campaign?
this is a one floor.
The Absolus house is 2 stories.
Yes.
10.
That is a 10! Cool.
I mean, I did just have, like, a serious dream.
Yeah, you did. You're a little bit out of it, and you're not at your strongest when it comes to your stealth abilities. So you step towards the door, going after the sounds of these almost frantic voices, and as you push open the door to peer in quietly, they're just of the door opening, creaking open.
Sorry, can I get that one more time?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Appreciate that I let you have a single sound effect. Fuck you.
I love you. I love you.
Well, you're about to not with what I'm about to do with Twister. But yeah, either way, you look out and you people making fun of me. I try my best. I'm not a voice maker. Voice actor.
Don't make fun of Vari or I'm gonna kick you.
You're doing amazing.
Don't do it. I have a cursed knife that still probably works.
You're doing amazing / Jen. I just asked you to repeat it because that's what my dad does anytime I make any sound effect ever. And what am I if not a 1-inch shorter copy of my father's book?
Oh god. Alright. But you see all members of the traditional Autumn Alley household have been gathered in the common room. Twister is standing near the edge of the couch. It looks like Dayra's trying to get them to sit, but they're not doing it. Twister looks fucked up. They seem to be... The thing is, they've been traveling for a little bit in the deep cold. And they've been traveling while very, wet in the deep cold. And you can see them kind of... What looks like hair that was just kind of damp, and clothes that were damp seem to have kind of frozen and seem to be moving more stiffly. And they look somewhat paler than usual. Their cheeks are flushed kind of a deep indigo. That's not the right color combination. Yes, it is. Less deep indigo. trying to remember. Purple. It's just purple.
Violet.
Yeah, like a violet. Um, and they're kind of blinking. Most prominent is what looks like there's something on their neck that's bleeding. There's blood that's coming down here and seems to have kind of stained this part of their shirt. And Journey's kind of in front of them with, hey, Twister, hey, what happened? Where have you been? Where's Assery? What? And it's kind of after that the door creaks open. And Twister kind of...
Holy shit.
Journey turns... Everyone kind of turns and looks at you for a minute.
Fuck, I just kind of look down at my hand for a second. Can I touch you? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. And I would like to try to cast Prayer of Healing.
Sure.
It does take 10 minutes.
That does take 10 minutes, which was what I was about to say.
Ah, yes,
Sorry.
that is... Yeah, sorry. That's the wrong healing spell.
Cure Wounds?
One moment. That's the one. Thank you.
Cure Wounds is instant. What level would you like to try and cast this at?
Second.
Fair enough. What do you think this magic looks like?
My first instinct, is kind of like an aurora.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling sort of through my veins the way the old necrotic type magic used to. But kind of finding its way to the, to my palms and coming out this sort of warm light that pulses softly, different colors.
Go ahead and roll the hit points you give back there.
Yeah.
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, this part of Targrave located
Realized
entirely
entirely
within
in
the palm of
autumn
your hand. Can I see it? No.
No.
Hello? What are you guys quoting right now?
Steamed hams!
Steamed hams!
Steamed hams!
I've never seen steamed hams.
After session, I'm just
There will be an
We're
education.
gonna watch
This
steamed
is
hams.
necessary education.
Wait, okay. If I'm
Not
casting
an
at
Albany,
second
no, it's
level,
Utica.
then do I roll 2d8?
What's the
2d8.
original? It's
1d8 my spellcasting ability modifier.
yeah. So it's an extra D8 per level. So yes, that would be 2D8.
Okay. So
Aurora
I don't like
Borealis.
this dice. That is a total of 9.
Total of 9. Okay. You carefully bring this kind of gentle aura of light towards Twister, and Twister kind of is a little bit wary of it, but lets you touch them nonetheless. Journey is kind of looking at this like,
I'm
Like-
just kind of pointedly trying
Where's
not
your
to make eye contact with
where's your
Journey.
necrotic magic
Campus by Vampire Weekend, just
at?
but you gently touch Twister and you feel a new kind of warmth emanating from your hand kind of seep into Twister's shoulder where you touch them, and you don't see too much of their like physical form seem to change like too much. Some of the frost melts slightly to just kind of the shirt that they're wearing just defrosts a little bit.
I want them to like maybe not have frostbite. I worry.
You've definitely made steps towards them not having frostbite, is what you get the
Yay.
idea. Journey is just... Twister, what happened? I thought you were getting... I didn't know. I thought because I had got my days wrong and you were going to be getting back tomorrow, or... Twister just... I, was going to get home today. Got a little held up. Sorry. Sorry, talking's a bit hard.
Okay.
But, yeah, Psyche, what are you doing here? Is Nomos here?
No, it's just me. Nomos is
Good.
in town though.
Don't.
Okay.
And Journey kind of looks over and is like, sorry, don't tell Nomos? And Twister just...
He'll want to take care of you. He won't be upset.
You don't understand.
Okay.
I need to make up something.
No, you don't.
No, you don't understand.
Twister, I think I understand more than you would know. Right now. He will too. And if he doesn't, I will kick his ass.
I can't, he's not gonna, I'm not gonna be able to look him in the eyes. I can't,
Twister, he loves you, and this changes nothing. He will want you to be safe, Twister. I promise. I know stuff's been weird. We've talked. We talk. He's not upset with you, okay?
He's gonna be upset. You don't get it, okay? You don't.
I just kind of look over at Journey. How much do you... Because I feel like Psyche has likely put things together after that dream.
Maybe.
But I'm not entirely certain.
Psyche wasn't present for a ton of the stuff that Nomos knows. If you'd like to make an intelligence check to see if you make that connection, I'd entertain that.
Because I don't know. That's a 15.
I was deciding between a DC of 15 or 17, so that makes my life a bit harder.
Because you think we, the players, know more.
Y'all as players find it way easier to make that jump than the characters would. So I'm gonna say that the DC was probably 17.
Yeah, that's fair.
As far as we knew, I just knew that Asri was dangerous, and that was it.
Yeah, y'all as players know a lot more about what's going on here.
Yeah, because Psyche knows about specifically what Asri's doing, but that's just your classic manipulation tactic.
God, I'm fucking lightheaded from hyperventilating.
Yeah.
My hands are soaking wet from just holding myself, and my there are hand marks on my face.
I'm so sorry.
Currently.
But alright. So I'm gonna say you
right now, but that's because that's how I am in an emergency.
I think you probably don't make the connection. Something weird is going on here, but it's at the edge of
Yeah. I'm not gonna force you to do anything that you don't want to do. But he wants to see you, and
He can see me in the morning when I've come up with something to.
I have experience lying to him. It feels like shit, and he'll notice.
Oh, I know it feels like shit. It's all I've been doing for weeks.
Will you tell us what happened? I won't snitch. I promise. I just want to be able to help you.
What are you wearing right now? This is a weird question, but what are you wearing right now?
This has to do with whether or not I have sleeves.
Yes.
Doesn't it? I'm not. Psyche sleeps in like a tight-fitting tank top and shorts.
You see Twister's gaze flicker down to your arm, and then back up.
I look down. It's gone. No, what's on my arm?
They're looking at your tattoo.
Oh. Did you not know?
No, I knew. I can't tell you anything.
Oh. Fuck.
This is probably when it hits you.
And then I just kind of stand there. I was like, wait. Fuck. Shit. You're who she was mad about. Okay.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Twister genuinely takes about 3 steps back from you.
It's okay. I promise. She just broke me out.
2 more steps back.
I think they're fighting. We should be out of the way, I hope, but I don't think she can touch me anymore. Okay, that's fine. I get it. I can go if you want, but if what I think is happening, it's not your ass he's gonna kick. I know how you feel right now.
Twister kind of takes a couple steps back from the group as a whole, and kind of they've been again, Twister. I'm using the Twister posture here. This is what Twister is doing, and Twister kind of looks at the group gathered, and Dayra kind of holding basically like a cup of tea, just kind of. And Journey looking on in concern, and Helly kind of standing very close to Dayra, very worried. And Twister just... And you see them just make a gesture, and a sword appears in their hand. It's about the size of a short sword, with it's a Chris, right? That's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Chris. And with the very wavy blade.
If any of you have seen Once Upon a Time, it looks like Rumpelstiltskin's dagger.
And they just throw it onto the ground in front of them, and it clatters and then disappears.
Did you... So you're not out? gonna get you out. If that's what you want, we are
I
gonna
think
get
it's
you
just a
out.
matter of time.
Okay. I get it. I did my waiting.
I'm gonna go sit down, and Twister kind of pushes past everyone and goes back towards their room. Helly is like, Twister, and kind of charges after them, Dayra following behind. And, oh god, where did I put my dice? Oh, why is it all the way over there? Hold on, I'll just roll on the computer. Cool. Journey kind of looks over at you and walks towards the front door.
I sort of tilt my head towards the door and like look questioningly, like effectively the visual, do you want me to come?
Are you going to go with Journey to find Nomos?
Yes, because I have information.
Cool. Then the two of you kind of sprint across town.
We get out, we close the door.
Dead fucking sprint. Like, Journey just very carefully as to make as little noise as possible. And just immediately. The two of you sprint. And this is where we pick up with very urgent knocking at your door, Nomos.
I need to breathe.
Okay, yeah, take a breath.
God.
My heart rate is currently higher than it was when I went on a hike this morning.
Baby.
I need you all to know the only reason I am calm right now is because this is how I handle real life actual emergencies.
Yep.
See, when I know that there is something at risk genuinely, I do kind of go stone faced like that. But right now, when I know that there's nothing I can do to change this because this is a fantasy world that we live in,
And I'm God.
scared
You're
as I
a
want.
God. You're God, but I'm willing to fight God, and I am going to be.
I have
dead
thought up not
and chill.
one, but two possible ways that Nomos would sacrifice his mortality to kill two
Renetta.
gods.
Anyway.
Not right now. Not right now. Not to.
Not right
no,
now.
to God. Not to
But
God.
yes. Knocking on the door. Nomos. I think he's been. I think he's been stressed to the point where he's sleeping in his armor again. But yeah, he gets up, runs to. He gets up and walks quickly to the door, his sword in his hand that is not currently holding the door open.
You're right.
Yeah, Journey and Psyche are standing there. It's Twister.
It's Twister.
Nothing else.
You're right.
He puts his sword away, grabs his coat off the wall, throws it on, and starts down the hall.
Just sort of so as to not scream and wake people up, but to also not terrify the shit out of Nomos. I use my little stone and I'm like, they're not dead. It's okay, but shit's bad.
Very specific. They're
dead.
not dead.
I didn't want Nomos to think that they were dead. They're not dead. They're not dead.
You say they're not dead, and Nomos turns around and looks at you like,
I didn't want you to worry.
he keeps walking.
They didn't want us to come.
to
Journey
not
kind of
get
stops.
me.
They're worried about how you're gonna react. And
Are they safe?
What?
Are they safe?
I don't know. I sort of look over at Journey and I just sort of, and I pick up my rock again and they're working with Kesna and I think it's against their will. They might have just been broken out.
Not without luck. And he's gonna keep walking. Only 2 of you can fit on Vita, but I'm only one of you, other than myself, who is fine with walking, because I am not walking.
Go. I'll walk.
I'll come with.
Right. Yeah, Nomos starts back down the hall. He is walking with a goddamn purpose. He probably wakes up a few people.
I was actually going to ask if this is
Armani
going.
and Ivory.
Yeah, if this is going to wake up Armani and Ivory, because I believe they are asleep. But if
I didn't want to make enough noise to wake anyone up, but I'm going to stay back and wake them up.
Okay, cool. So go ahead, wake them up.
Yes.
Hey, it's an emergency, kind of.
Okay.
Guys.
Really?
We need to. Twister's back, and it's bad.
Okay, yeah. A minute. And Ivory just, like, gets up, grabs, like, a coat, and, yeah. And by a coat, it's probably the same fucking, hood and cape thing that they've been wearing for a minute. No shirt, just pants and cape. We're going.
No shirt, just pants and cape.
Yeah, no shirt, just pants and cape.
Never mind.
Ivory doesn't sleep in a shirt. They're a cat. Maybe
No, I was
on
gonna
the
get
wilds. Maybe on the wild
What,
they wear a
Floyd?
shirt.
My joke was gonna be like, you know, the mesh robe, like the feathers, where it's like, I don't know who killed my husband, officer. Like, I think that's what Armani sleeps in.
I love that.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
is
but, like-
perfect. I'd also like to note, there was only one bed. Were they?
I hate
cuddling?
you.
Yeah,
There was only one bed, indeed.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean,
Were they
Yeah.
cuddling? Maybe. Oh my god.
Were they?
Why are you so exasperated?
Over in their sleep and,
I'm
like,
rolling for
confused.
cuddle. Hold on. That was a 6. I don't think that was very
Or
good.
you sound like what I sound like when I read a beam me up soft boy post.
No, that is the point.
I rolled for cuddle and I rolled a 1, so I think I was
Yeah,
like,
we're
Armani was,
definitely
like,
not cuddling.
Damn.
Ass
We
to
were doing the
ass.
thing where no. It's the opposite version of sharing a bed with someone that you have feelings for, which is where you sleep on, like, as far away from the person as possible, where it is painful for both of you.
Homophobia on the
Yeah.
dice's behalf.
I don't think it's that level because I rolled a 6.
So
Ivory's
you're like
just-
somewhat closer to Armani, you know.
Yeah.
Ivory's
Armani
just
was
like
Got like
their
a
normal
tail
ass
brushing
face.
against the back of their legs.
Yeah.
God,
But
I fucking hate it here.
but yeah, Armani gets out of bed in the giant "No, I didn't kill my husband" robe. And Ivory in just like pants, like
Does
Kylo
Leo
Ren
sleep in
man
normal
emoji.
clothes in this fucking group? Monty sleeps in that. Ivory sleeps like Kylo Ren. Nomos sleeps in a full suit of fucking metal armor. I mean,
Yeah.
right now he does. Psyche sleeps in reasonable clothes.
Psyche sleeps in reasonable clothes, but to be fair, the first time that what Psyche was wearing when they were asleep was relevant in this campaign, Psyche had slept in the nude.
Yes.
So, so it's not like any of us have a great track record.
It isn't. It's not his default. He's just stressed.
Yeah. He's just having a hard time.
Spearwaddle D, if
If
you
to give
want,
us real life
that's
money
what
to
it's
have
there
our
for.
Ivory Cuddle, that is what it's there for.
just give me a notification, like just say in chat that you did it if you do. And then we will include that very important detail.
Okay.
Fuck my
Yes.
character's partner
Oh,
dying of
God.
hypothermia after
No,
being
Ivor
ensnared
Monty.
by
Ever
the goddess.
Ivermani
No,
only.
Ivormani now.
Ivormani,
Shrimp
we
heaven.
don't care about your stupid partner.
Ivermani heaven now.
Help.
We don't care
Yes,
if you
but-
project, asshole. Get on the top of the fucking ceiling, Epson.
Okay.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
All right.
We will
so
on the
deeply about
assumption
this
that
plot.
this is
killing me.
correct. Okay, they were cuddling.
What?
They untangled. I'm gonna assume that this is going to be paid because I have faith in you, Spirit Waddle Dee.
God.
This slow burn doesn't need kindling. This slow burn needs kerosene.
This slow burn
This slow burn
needs
needs
$25 worth of cash as kindling.
Nomos is not a ship name that I have heard.
That's new.
That's a new one. We usually go with Twistos, but that's interesting.
Alright, so either way, Armani is disturbed from their slumber. Hydrate 2.0, everybody.
I have to pee so bad.
Thanks.
Making it worse.
Thank you, Ewan.
Thanks for sharing, babe. But
Okay, yeah, they were cuddling.
Spirit
so
Waddle D,
hard,
did you pay?
They did.
All right,
Yeah, they did.
Armani. Spirit Waddle D forced the die. Armani
Okay,
was
right.
cuddling, actually.
They were cuddling. It was so good.
Time
how much
rewinds.
drool
They both
did-
jump back into the bed and then.
How much drool has Ivory deposited onto Armani's arm? Because it is canon they do that. We've established this.
Yeah.
Oh, a good amount.
Lake fucking Erie.
I think they're both disgusting.
Absolutely
Okay,
disgusting.
great. Yeah, there's like a little like spit puddle on your
It's so
nice
kind,
like,
but
Thank you so
It's
much.
like when two people who are like sleeping together are both warm sleepers. So it's so kind and so touching, but then they both wake up just completely fucking soaked and in a puddle.
Sweaty.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
gross.
They're like,
but
this is
but
so
it is,
amazing.
Is Ivory
Ivory
purring?
does yes, they do purr.
Yes.
It's like their version of snoring, I would assume. So like on the deep exhale, it's like a deep rumble, little rumbly purr.
Floyd got stuck in the most amazing image for me, and I'm
Yeah.
just sharing this.
Is it?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's the same for us too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna scream and shake and cry now.
I'm sorry.
You're good now.
All right,
Um,
but either way, you all are awoken.
I still roll out of bed and put on my little poncho cape thing. No shirt, only pants, and I am going.
Take my
Alright.
hand.
No.
Armani, are you putting on things other than the? No, that couldn't have happened to my husband. Robe.
There's
I'll take
fucking
it for a pair
snow
of pants.
outside.
Yeah, it is snowing out. Like important. Not snowing. It's very cold.
Is it fucking windy?
Bonnie's- I'm
It's
built
fucking
different. I'm putting on
windy.
pants and I'm leaving.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so Armani tits out in a robe with pants, and Ivory in a
God,
cape
like-
and pants.
It's like
You guys are gonna show up, and Nomos is like, "Why are none of you fucking dressed?"
They were like, it's an emergency.
Is Psyche still wearing a tank top and shorts?
Yup.
Y'all are
Oh
gonna
my
fucking
God.
freeze.
They just snuck out.
Nomos is the only one prepared here. Come on.
I base Psyche off myself in many ways. If I was Psyche, there have been moments in my life where I, in like brain Psyche mode, have left the house in 19-degree weather in a tank top and shorts, and just didn't think about it until it was too late.
Well, it's too late, but we'll get to that. As the group makes their way out of Peacemaker Place, yes?
As we walk, I open one side of the cape and Armani. It's chilly.
Armani, do
Yeah,
you
I
accept
step
the cape?
in. Accept the
Okay.
cape. I'll cuddle over there.
Yeah, when we hurry.
Gay people. Now on to the much more stressed gay people. So, Nomos, you arrive first by a good amount of time. That was a transition. But you arrive first by a good amount of time. Journey, of course, just kind of clinging on to Fida. But
Yeah, Nomos like fucking in mid stride just kicks his foot into where the stirrup should be, and then flings his leg over and just grabs Journey by the forearm and just
Okay.
throws them on. Yeah, she fucking flies, and then Nomos clicks his heels into the side of that fucking dog and flies down the street. Fida is dashing.
All right. Yeah, no, it only takes you a couple minutes to do. It only takes you a couple minutes to get there. On Fida, you can like speed through that.
And there's not a lot of foot traffic because it's like 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, there's no one in your way. Not a lot of foot traffic. You can just fucking go.
There's a guard.
Yeah, there's a guard that's like, what the fuck? As you keep going
Pulls
past.
me over. Sir, do you know how fast you were going?
Well, even in Aldrithe, we know that speeding tickets are stupid a lot of the time. But you run through the streets.
It's an
That's
emergency.
besides the point. It is an emergency. That's besides the point. You run through the streets, and Fida like skids to a stop, in front of Autumn Alley, and Journey kind of okay. It's a bit of a rough ride.
Yeah. Nomos definitely told Journey to hang on, but also Nomos is wearing fucking steel right now, and that is not nice to hold.
No. Journey's
he's
like holding
wearing-
on to
he's
Fida
wearing
as like desperately.
He is wearing his big cape. So
Journey's got like
that.
one hand on the cape and one hand on like a little bit of rock.
On loose Fida.
Yeah, loose Fida. And yeah, it was definitely a bit of a bumpy fucking ride. But Fida skids to a stop in front of Autumn Alley. I assume, like, I figure you just go straight fucking there.
Yeah, I don't go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
You're going to In-N-Out first? Damn, bro.
Yeah, fuck, man. I want a fucking Baja Blast. Jesus. Anyway,
Just no boba. It's not worth it. The second Fida comes to a stop, he just flings his leg over the other side and just barrels towards the door, and then realizes maybe kicking down the door is not what he should be doing.
Yeah, Journey is already like, whoa.
He stops in front of the door, looking to Journey, and then looks to the door.
I mean, go at it the way you want. I wasn't supposed to come get you.
I suppose I shouldn't knock.
What?
I suppose I shouldn't knock.
I mean, you may as well go in. I left it unlocked.
He opens the door.
They're not in the common area right now. They've kind of... You can hear voices from Twister and Journey's room kind of across the way. Journey's like, it looks like they were headed back in there when I left.
Is there a central fireplace?
Yeah.
No one's cast that. I heard you.
It's lit.
Brightens the fire.
Okay.
I want this place hot. And I think he kind of looks. Is Dara and Helly both in there, or?
Dara and Helly, they're both in Twister's room, but you have to like open the door to get there.
Oh, they're in Twister's room. I didn't know.
Yeah. No, they're not in the common room. They are with Twister right now.
Maybe not being in full male is a good idea.
I mean, if I had to guess, I'm not gonna lie. Probably not the best.
He'll go outside and start taking it off because that's just loud. It's just metal plate, just so he'll go outside, take off his curious, and yeah, he comes back in. He's just wearing his normal shirt and his big cloak over the top, and almost has a very particular knock, just like I and Ewan have a very particular knock, and it's just.
You kind of hear Dara go, Journey?
Not quite.
You just gonna stay silent?
No one kind of looks to Journey. No. I mean, Journey is also here.
there's kind of a moment, and you just kind of hear very muffled murmuring behind the door.
I'd say I'd happen to be passing by, but it is a bit early for that. Try to beat the morning foot traffic, as it were.
Kind of a moment of quiet inside for a moment. And then a moment later, kind of, the door creaks open again in front of you, and you kind of have to look down as Helly opens the door, who is not who you expected to open the door. And she kind of looks up with, I don't know if it's best for you to be here right now.
If they won't see me, then they won't see me. But
I don't know. And there's kind of just, I mean, you're here, so may as well. From inside. And Helly kind of, are you sure? You don't have to. And Twister's like, no, it's okay. It's fine. And Helly kind of looks back into the room one more time and shrugs and then opens the door fully. You see Dara is still by the bed, seems to be kind of putting like a bandage over this side of Twister's neck. And Twister is just staring so intently at a cup of tea and not looking at the door right now. And Helly kind of, they're a bit cold, but I mean, they'll be alright eventually. I think they made it home in time.
Nomos does physically flinch as he sees they have been hurt. He does take off his big fur coat and bring it to them, just holding it in front of them. I got it out of town. Make you warm. You've seen warmer days, I can tell.
I appreciate it. They kind of reach out and adjust slightly, kind of reaching for the coat. And kind of carefully pull it over their shoulders. They're dwarfed by it.
Yeah, it's floor length for Nomos.
They're dwarfed by it, and this is probably the smallest you've seen them in a bit, with dwarfed by this coat, kind of curled in on themselves, their curly hair kind of frizzy and weak, a little bit limp.
Are there hands anywhere that he can put his on top of theirs? Or...
Their hands are like, they have one hand here that's like holding it in place, and the other hand is like tucked underneath in this kind of self-soothing gesture.
We don't have to talk, but you are hurt. Would you mind if I help?
I don't know if there's a ton more to help other than the cold. And that's not, a wound. Psyche healed me a bit earlier.
I don't trust like that.
Nomos does not know for 200.
No, you were keeping that on the DL. No, Bessie.
Nomos is like, huh, that's a lie. Psyche doesn't have powers. He does reach out. He goes like for their face and then pulls back a little bit and then just puts his hand on their knee. And does use lay on hands.
How many points?
I'll give it a good healthy 10.
Okay. Do you
God,
think
one up
lay
me
on
by
hands
1
can,
point,
like,
King.
warm them up? Do we think that's something that lay on hands can do?
Lay on hands can cure status effects.
We can count
So-
frostbite as a status effect.
If so, then it is 5 HP for each status effect cured. So I can heal them for 5 and then cure the frostbite for the other.
Okay, fair enough. They definitely seem a lot more kind of stable. There's a gentle rasp in their breathing that kind of goes away a little bit more after that.
Oh.
That is all right. I was warned. But
Can I use Divine Sense?
sure.
'Cause I know what a cleric looks like, and I know what a paladin looks like, but I don't know if Nomos knows what warlock magic looks like.
Hey, spoilers.
We know.
They
need
teleported a sword into
appear
their
in their
hand.
hand.
That's a Hexblade Warlock.
Well, they're not a Hexblade
Oh,
warlock.
sorry,
They're
that's
Pact
a
of
Pact
the
of the
Blade.
Blade Warlock.
Pact
They're not
of the Blade.
Hexblade. They have something else. But
They have other problems.
they have other problems. But it's very paladin adjacent. Clerics glow with the amount of magic that they embody. Clerics have an aura of it. They are completely seeped in it. Paladins, warlocks deal with magic and are adjacent to magic, but the amount that they are kind of seeped in it does kind of vary from person to person, and they usually have less on average than like a cleric would. However, there is this definite like celestial influence, magical residual magic that like residual celestial presence that kind of lingers.
I think we have discussed that Divine Sense does have a visible effect on him.
Mm-hmm.
It does make his eyes glow briefly.
What are you doing?
I think he just closes his eyes and smiles. I'm just very glad that you're all right. Relatively, anyways.
It's good to see you again.
You as well.
I missed you.
Pictured. I missed you too. I will admit I pictured our reunion under a bit better circumstances, but not with hard luck. Right.
Yeah, I imagined more like running and spinning and that
I did run. Well, actually, more correctly, is there a window in this room?
Yes.
Can can Fida just appear outside the other window?
Oh, is that
That's
Fida?
That's the second
That's the-
Apsalis pet that's appeared in that window
Yeah.
specifically.
Is that Fida?
I told you she was a bigger dog.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it.
I can save the rest of my gifts for you for later.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm not in a very gift-giving mood right now, though I have gifts for you. Just don't look under my bed because I haven't wrapped them.
There goes my plans for the evening, I guess. But the only gift that I could want right now is to see you here and now, and that gift has been received. I hate to. I know I may be not the smartest of my compatriots, but I'd like to think that I can know when something's wrong.
I think something. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that something's wrong. Yeah. The wandering in with frostbite will do that, but I guess that means that I was a little too much of a beginner to go adventuring. Should have packed more. You were right.
I have a feeling that it was more than poor weather. I was looking forward to meeting Ivory.
Don't worry about it. She's staying in Abdor for a bit. She's had some business there, so she decided to go back. And I was like, I can handle it on my own, and I was wrong.
So does Nomos need to make a bullshitting check?
No. You know this is complete bullshit. To their credit, they're doing okay for their current state of being, but...
Yeah, no, something tells me they have experience. And, I'm not going to force you to do anything. I'm not going to crack you open to, to get that from you. Sorry, I have walnuts on the mind. I've been eating nothing but walnuts for the past few days.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it. It's a development because apparently I thought we just only bought walnuts when we went into town. Apparently, people all had gotten other things, and I'm just getting the sloppy seconds.
Oh, that sounds
or
really
Floyd's,
interesting.
rather.
You should tell me more about the walnuts.
Okay, I'm not that. You can't get me with that. Trying to get me to monologue about walnuts. You know my weaknesses.
It would be a nice monologue.
I've had better. But I trust you implicitly. I trust you more than I trust myself.
Please don't say that.
Which is why it's a little worrying that I'm not mad. I could never be mad at you. I'm not even disappointed. I'm just scared. Because I can only imagine what would drive me to the point of lying to you.
You see Twister kind of reach up for their neck here, and you see Dare just go, hey, and Twister.
Oh. I think I know what the fuck that is.
Nomos, everyone has the instinct to always be as kind as you are.
I've put that together.
Sorry to burst your bubble about me.
I mean, you're still the person who took me to top of a cobbled together wizard's tower the first night we met, are you not? And you're still the person who I fought to a standstill in a game in an arcade that my sibling ended up winning through being absent. And you're still the person that I looked forward to speaking to every day that I was apart from you. I know that much was true.
That much is true. I didn't mean for it to get this far.
What happened?
You know how adventures go wrong. It just happens. Sometimes you get yourself in trouble you can't get yourself out of. Have to get used to it if I want to be an adventurer, you know? Nomos, if I told you what happened, you'd never forgive me. So maybe it's best that it stays at a little adventuring mishap, you know? Because that way everything can go back to normal, and you'll still love me, and everything will be fine.
Hey. I think he puts his hand on their arm, slowly, but if they do recoil, he does pull his hand away.
They do recoil.
I don't... You could never do anything to make me stop loving you. You know that.
You don't understand, Nomos.
My sibling was possessed by a tree spirit and killed me. The person who I thought was my father, it turned out, had wiped all memory of those who I'd loved before and shuttled me away to serve a goddess who my parents were killed in her name. Love is something that is hard to find in a world as confusing and dangerous as the one that we live in, but one thing that I know is true, and the one thing that I know nothing can change, whether it is you or me, is that I care for you with every single fiber of my being.
Nomos, I don't want to be another betrayal. Please. If it was an adventuring accident, and if you say it long enough, it becomes true. Because at that point, no one questions it, you know?
But I would know. and it would sit there lingering and sitting in the back of my mind. And I know that whatever happened was bad. And I think I know maybe what it was. But the thing that would scare me the most is knowing that you can never find it in yourself to tell me. I think he just puts his hand on their shoulder. Can he pull them in for a hug?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he takes them in, one hand just over their shoulder and then one hand over the back of their head, and just presses his face up to their forehead and just stays there.
You're gonna have to avoid getting a little bonked by their horns.
He's used to this. He knows the how wide the axis of the antlers are, so that he can rest his face just in between them without getting bonked.
Sometimes you just do things that you regret.
Trust me, I have had my fair share. Sometimes you think that doing something will be the answer to something you've wanted for a really, really long time. And sometimes you think doing this, however drastic it may be, might make everything else make sense. And then when it doesn't, it hurts, but you have to live with those consequences. I've done things I'm not proud of because I've thought that they would make everything make sense. And it haunts me. But it's part of who I am, and I keep going because any good that I could do to outweigh that wrong won't happen if I stop.
When she sang for me, it felt like everything was going to be okay.
And sometimes I hear the voice of the Father goading me on when I drove that blade. It makes sense at the moment. We aren't only the mistakes and decisions that we regret. They are part of us, but they don't define us. We can either grow from them and own them, or we can let them beat us. And you know I'm competitive.
I will say it's at about this time that the rest of the group does approach Autumn Alley. If you feel like you can interrupt this conversation, or if you want to, or if there's something you want to add, any of y'all, whether that's like casting a spell or something like that, that is now available to y'all. Otherwise, I'm going to continue speaking to Nomos as if he's the only person that is in that room.
I mean, when they approach the house, Ivory is gonna default to whatever Psyche does, but like,
Psyche has.
I don't think like
Psyche has given Armani and Ivory the bare minimum information.
What is the bare
Okay.
minimum?
The bare minimum information is that Twister is home, Twister is hurt, and something bad happened.
Okay, if Twister is hurt and Nomos is here already, Ivory's going to default to, like, hey, we're here, and we're going to be in the other room.
Yeah.
Let us know if you need us.
Psyche does not come into the door frame, but Psyche would like to settle a little bit to the side of the door and just kind of sit and listen.
Okay, sure. The door isn't fully closed; it's cracked. So
yeah, it's real eavesdropping hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just read up on chat.
Nomos, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I need you to know that.
I know.
I can't say it. Twister kind of... I don't know if Discord picked up that, but... Because I said that very quietly. But,
Discord kind of picked it up.
That's fair. They were being very quiet anyway. So maybe Nomos didn't catch it. But a moment later, they kind of pull back from where Nomos has been holding them and just... And, like, the sword appears in their hand, and they just, like...
Oh, I thought I just got Eldritch blasted,
No. The sword appears in their hand, and they just kind of press it, like, hilt. Like, hilt against their hand, against... You are not being stabbed. Against Nomos's, like, chest. Yeah, like...
Yeah, it's, like, pressed up, yeah. I have a feeling. He kind of takes a few fingers and pushes it off of his chest. Then he's holding the blade, he hands the handle back to them.
They're just staring at it.
I hate to be one to assume, but I take it things did not work out, did they?
The sword disappears. She wanted me to kill people, like...
Me?
What was I supposed to do? No, not you. You were never supposed to know. She said that you were never going to know.
That makes sense.
You hadn't picked up on anything so far. So why would you know?
I think my trust of you is only slightly eclipsed by my worry. So I think provided a small window of enlightenment. Does she still speak to you?
What time is it?
3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Nomos looks at Ivory.
Ivory is outside. You don't really know that Ivory is there.
Oh, okay. I
Ivory's
thought
in
Ivory
the
was...
common room. You might have heard them come in, but they're not in the same room.
Okay. Wager 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah. It's only been like 16 hours.
Have you been running that long?
Just a walk. Just like any other walk.
Oh, Twister.
It's just cold. So, I mean, she hasn't talked to me since.
Then I would say you have done more than enough to earn yourself some rest. I
don't want to sleep. If I sleep, she'll find me. She always does.
Then I can stay with you, awake or asleep. Whichever. I mean, we have a good bit to catch up on. I could keep you invested, awake.
Yeah. Kind of Dara, it's kind of I will say they should probably change, get more in their system. And if you keep touching that bandage, Twister, I'm gonna come after you. Twister's like, yeah, I get it.
Ewan, think what I know what's behind those bandages. And by think, I mean I do. I'm 99% sure.
It sounded like your friends got back. At least I hope that's who walked in the common room.
If it isn't, they will regret doing so. I'll give you a minute to yourself. He stands up.
Psyche sort of tries to move to the common room expediently but
Helly
quietly.
absolutely sees you, like, scrambling back if she's the first one out, and she's kind of like, sweetheart, you're not that... You know you're not that stealthy, right?
You ain't slick, kid.
Usually I'm better at it than this. It's been a weird evening.
It's alright,
okay?
sit down. And,
Ryan, also, Psyche sort of, like, hears that, sits down, and then just sort of has a processing moment of, what the fuck was that from Helly?
Hey, if Nomos goes back into the common room and sees Psyche, he did dismiss what Twister said.
No!
But he's got 3 uses of these in a day.
No!
go for it.
Don't!
Nomos is gonna divine sense.
You didn't, though.
Here's the thing. It looks about the same as, like, the aura did before all of this went down. Like, it's an equivalent amount of glow, which is kind of the weird thing. It was much more residual for the past couple of days / weeks. It's a lot
But is it the same color? Okay. Could I try to, like, if there's a check that I can do that would allow me to do that with greater, like, peer into it, try to pick apart straws?
That's not how that works.
Okay, that's good.
I will say,
Do,
I
like,
give
an
you some
Armani or
extra
whatever.
straws already by letting clerics and stuff have residual things here.
Okay, all good.
Yeah, Dara and Helly also leave the room. Dara, Helly, Journey also all leave the room with you, so Twister's alone. and you all are
Fida is still sitting outside for a minute, just like the window's completely fogged at this point of just consistent dog breath, and then it dissipates and Fida's gone.
Jesus. Why is that scary?
Horror movie.
God, happy fucking Halloween.
Happy
it is
fucking
coming.
Halloween.
I've been
Happy
prepping
fucking
to do I've been prepping to do a horror one shot for a bit. It's in the headspace.
Oh god.
Fida is a cryptid. That's something that, like, Fida's like the beast of Gévaudan. Like, just abnormally large dog.
That guard that saw you running through the streets fully thinks that he has, like, consumed a drug, and this is some kind of, like incredible hallucination. Nice.
Damn. What the fuck was in that line?
Alright. People in the common room. You're all kind of
When
standing there
Nomos
awkwardly.
walks in, no, there was a couch in there, right?
Yeah, I mean standing there as in the metaphorical sense.
There's a couch.
Yeah. Specifically, Ivory is sitting on the couch, and then when Nomos walks in, it's like the emergency room scene when the doctor walks out, and they're
Everyone stands up.
like, "Are they okay?"
Oh, I thought you were gonna say lost.
What?
You
No,
know.
No, I'm not
It's
talking
like
about
this.
Lost.jpg
It's like-
right
it's
now.
like-
Actually,
Like a.
I think he sees Ivory and Mhairi. Are they standing next to one another?
I would say
There's
Armani
a
has
photo, right?
Somebody was like pacing the living room and like helping Derek, like, can you not put a hole in our carpet? I think that's kind of the vibe right now.
it's like he's sitting on the couch.
I think he's already had a minute to decompress with Psyche. He goes over to Mani and Ivory and just gets his arms around fucking both of them.
Screams and shakes and cries. Oh my god.
He's shaking a little. Not like a shaking, but on an exhale.
Yeah, God, I hug you back. Jesus.
Yeah, Ivory just kind of does an awkward like
Pat.
pat thing. Is like, do you need to sit down?
I'm just. Oh, I hate always being right. God, I hate always being right.
Okay. Are you supposed to explain now, or do we just need to?
You know, sometimes you just know that your luck would not let you have a normal loving relationship.
Ivory like is still hugging you and just.
You kind of
He
seem
does
dirty,
pull
like,
away at
this
point.
better not be shit talk.
No, it's. I just know that I would never be lucky enough to get to love someone and not still end up being a plaything of a god who's loomed over me for most of my days. Just not in my cards.
Someone want to update literally the rest of us as to what's happening here? Because Psyche and Nomos seem to have an understanding here, and
Oh.
the rest of us don't.
Yeah, I have
I
no
don't
idea
know
what
if
is
it's my
happening
place
right
to
now.
say.
It's personal. I
Cool.
told.
Okay, can I ask one? Has anyone died?
No.
No one is dead.
No one is
Two.
dead. I will get. Okay, fine. No one is dead. There is supernatural involvement, and there's nothing that we can do about it tonight, at the very least. And I'm not going to say anything else to anyone else until Twister gives their consent, or just says it themselves. I told Nomos because it was relevant, and I figured it out myself. Twister did not tell me.
Okay, that's fine.
No one is dead.
Is there anything we need to do right now?
Not the two of I'm sorry if Psyche got you up.
No, it's
You can take feedback.
should should we stay for the night? I don't
It's up to
care
you.
if sleeping
Kelly just kind of goes,
ground or whatever.
we've only got like one couch, but like we got chairs and a floor. So you're welcome
We've
to
been
stay if you
sleeping
like.
out on the ground in the snow. I think on the ground would be fine.
All right. I got
mean-
some extra blankets and stuff.
Yeah.
I know it was only so uncomfortable, as your room only had one cot. But
Yeah, it was bigger than a couch though. Just Armani, you take the couch. Oh, yeah. And then Ivory just like goes and gets a handful of blankets and makes like a little pile on the floor.
So
All
you
right, I
also
guess
sleeping
I'm
on the
taking
floor?
fucking couch.
I mean, if you want to sleep on the floor, or you can also sleep with Journey if you like. And Journey's like, and Helly
hello?
just.
I
mean,
saw
it
that
works.
smile.
I
It'll
can
help.
sleep on the floor. I figure I should give Twister their space.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, and Journey goes, yeah, I was gonna go crash in Neil's room anyway. And Neil's like, oh, that's a good idea.
I mean, the bed's got room for 4.
Okay.
Probably.
That's not for
Yes.
Nomos. That's for Psyche.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I, the player, love Helly and Dara so unbelievably much. Psyche is dead terrified of both of them.
Oh, I
You
know.
should be.
Yes. I haven't
No,
gotten the shovel talk yet. When I do, I am going to fear for my goddamn life.
They're waiting.
Before Journey sort of heads out, it's like, hey, can I, for a second, weird question?
Yeah, what's up?
And I just sort of pull him over to the side. I'm like,
Is this
Can I,
Journey?
like- yeah.
Okay.
Can I climb on your roof? Is there like a way to do that? I
What?
feel like you would know.
the fuck?
I want.
Didn't you do this the other time we were here?
I want some space, but I don't want to be too far away. And I don't know. I used to sit on roofs a lot.
Yeah,
Is there, like, a
sure. There's
ladder?
some scuffed fucking rocks off to the right of the house. That's usually how I do it.
Okay, cool. I'll see you in the morning. I mean, I guess it is the morning. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
See,
I
are you
guess-
sleeping on the roof?
Are you sleeping on
Yep.
the roof?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Have fun, I guess. Alright. He kind of steps aside, is
Great.
like, nah. Rolling with the punches at this point. Alright. So. Is everyone kind of returning to... Is everyone kind of going ahead and setting up in their separate locations for the night?
Nomos
Yeah, I think
is
we're
not
all-
going to sleep.
Yes, I know
Um,
that. That's why
yeah,
I'm
he's
saying
going to
locations
stand
for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a question, which is, has Psyche gotten a long rest?
No, no one has finished a long rest. Yeah, no one has finished a long rest. You got some spell slots because it's not like you've been using them.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, I just asked for, like, check reasons.
Yeah, no, you guys have not gotten a long rest yet, but you're still in the nighttime, so none of y'all have taken points of exhaustion. So, Nomos, after a few minutes as everyone kind of gets settled, the door to Twister's room kind of opens, and they sit in the door frame in a different set of clothes, some significantly more comfy looking pajamas. And
He did leave them his coat, his cloak.
they probably have that on over the pajamas then. And they're kind of just... Everybody didn't need to come. I mean, I didn't want anyone to come, but obviously that wasn't on the table. And, like, Twister looks at Journey, and Journey's like, dude, you're hurt. What the fuck was I gonna do?
I would have come anyways, just a few hours later.
I probably could have gotten away with it if you had waited a couple hours.
If it weren't for you meddling kids.
I've been thinking for a while. I probably would have put it together eventually.
Yeah.
Better to rip the bandage off now. He does, in saying that, look at the thing on their neck briefly, and then shakes his head. Didn't mean for that to be a paternal joke.
At this point, it's gallows humor. I'm here for it. But you said you had stories?
If I tell you, if I show you the gifts that I got you, because gods know I have far more than one Frostmourne gift, I think you can. I think you deserve a couple more in advance.
I think I'd rather wait.
Oh,
I'd prefer
even
to-
this terrible shirt that I got you with the writing on it that makes no sense. It wasn't even a translation error. This is in common.
So this is the
um,
be danced or dance shirt?
Yes. I don't know what went wrong with this. I saw it in a shirt for. I saw it in a store. It was on clearance because it was in the middle of a blizzard. And no one would be buying a T-shirt in their right mind.
Yeah,
Maybe.
thank you.
Forget you saw it. Forget.
Okay, I will forget I ever saw it. Come on, come tell me
I
stories.
don't know
or
how to
something.
modify memory, but I'll figure it out at some point.
Come on.
Uh,
I'll talk to you guys later. Gonna look at the rest of the Fated Four.
Sure. Just night.
Good night. But yeah, Twister kind of gestures backwards into their room and kind of steps back so you can follow Nomos.
yeah, he follows.
Psyche, are you just sleeping on the roof, or are you doing anything up there?
So I was gonna try and just sort of familiarize myself with casting a spell again, but I wanted to do it outside where nobody could see me.
Mm-hmm.
And also look through my journal and look at the knife and just sort of do like a little personal check-in moment. How am I feeling?
Self-reflection. You're gonna do some deep
Just
breaths.
a little
self-
like, yeah. Yeah, Spear Waddle Dee, mental health check-in. Is the knife still where it always is?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything in my journal that I have not put there?
No.
Okay. I think I spend a while up there, and then after a bit, cast the cantrip light very briefly.
Go ahead. It's like kind of the energy just kind of rushes through your system. It's brighter than it was before.
I'll talk to you in the morning. And I just kind of close my notebook and grab all my shit and then sort of crawl back into the front room and curl up on the floor and go to sleep.
Okay. Armani, Ivory, is there anything you guys want to go over before, or talk about, or check in on before you go to sleep?
No?
I don't think so.
Okay. Psyche, before, as you kind of move back in, Armani, Ivory, you've, there's still a little bit of movement back and forth between, like, with Dayra and Helly kind of, and Journey kind of entering and leaving. And Journey has been kind of sitting in the front room. And, kind of over in the kitchen area, like, just getting, like, midnight water. And Journey just kind
Midnight water.
God.
Different from normal water.
You know it hits different.
Tastes
Oh,
so
it
much
does.
better.
And Journey just kind of puts the cup down after Psyche enters and nods to them and then heads back into Dayra and Helly's room. Nomos.
Yes.
Twister is going to fight sleeping. And I'm gonna make a check real quick as to how successful they are. If they start to fall asleep, are you going to try to keep them awake?
If they seem like they don't want to go to sleep, then he will keep them awake. Is this a Constitution saving throw that they're making?
Yes.
And they make it with a +3 because they are close to Nomos.
That is... Oh, I forgot I had a full character sheet for them because of all this shit.
Yeah.
Let me check their character sheet real quick. It's not gonna make a difference, but it's fun to know.
I would love to see Twister's character sheet sometime.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that's still gonna be a 10.
Crap.
So, you are gonna have to kind of continuously keep them awake. Even though the two of you are kind of sitting together and you're telling stories and stuff like that, kind of as they kind of tuck under your arm, you keep feeling them kind of start to nod off to sleep, and you kind of have to gently wake them again. And then
Nomos taps his horns against their horns whenever they are close to falling asleep. That reverb just goes straight to the base of your skull. Just gunk.
sorry.
No, hey, don't be sorry. You don't need to be sorry for being tired. You've been wandering through snowfields for the better half of the day.
Yeah.
You are... I know you keep putting up this... I'm not good enough to be an adventurer, but trust me, that would have taken me out.
I just didn't want to let her win.
I'm proud of you.
Keep going, I don't
So-
want to fall asleep.
If you ever get to a point where you feel safe enough to sleep, if you want, I can stay awake, and if at any point you seem to be not well, I can try to wake you. I mean,
No, it's okay.
there's not a lot of good shaking can do to a godly induced.
Yeah, I remember when you were talking about Psyche kind of going into that fun little coma thing. I would
Oh, I
rather not risk
jostled.
it.
I jostled him.
I'd rather not risk it. I think I'm just going to stay awake.
I'm also much more okay with jostling my brother than you.
It's fine. I'm gonna stay awake. You're helping.
That's all I ever try to do, right?
But yeah. Even with the 10, with your help, you can kind of keep them awake.
Does Nomos need to make one? Or
You will need to make a con save, not to stay awake, just to see... You can continue to stay awake, just to see if you get a point of exhaustion immediately. I'll take that as a yes.
Bingo! Not one!
So you are going to take a point of exhaustion. Everyone else can complete their long rest and reset their sheet.
I've done one.
But Nomos is done and takes
I've
one
done
point of
worse than
exhaustion.
11.
You can stay awake just fine, though.
Yeah.
And as you two talk quietly into the dawn and the others get their uncertain rest, that is where we're going to go to break. Because we're already 2 hours in. Woohoo!
We've been playing for like 20 minutes. What the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking
right?
about?
I want to share that I have sweat completely through all of my clothes.
Jesus.
I would like to share that I've cried more than once.
Aww.
I'm amazed that I haven't, but Nomos has also been on the brink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But regardless, we're gonna go to break for a couple minutes. I'm gonna set a timer and we're probably gonna go over it, but 15 minutes is at the latest is the goal. I'm gonna set my timer for 10 and pray. And hopefully we're not gonna go over. And we will be back in 10 or 15 minutes. As usual, now that we've hit break, this is time for your binder check. If you're one of our friends that wears a binder, please stretch, please make sure that you can breathe, and if you're hurting too bad, if you can't breathe, please take your binder off and give yourself a break. And regardless of whether you're one of our friends that wears binders or wears a binder or not, get some water, hydrate, grab a snack if you need it, and this is your time to do it. We will be back very soon. And we will see you then. Bye-bye. And we're back, baby.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Oh,
Hello.
my mother is here. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I don't think we have anything to bring up that came up over break, but, so I think we can just hop back into it if we like, since we already did our binder check and all that wonderful stuff. Also next week the art reel will be updated during break. That is one thing. Next week keep an eye out for some fun new art that we've gotten these past couple weeks. I'm really excited to show it off, and it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, shout out to Beetlejuice that made like 80% of it and has been making some spectacular art. They did a Lady of Thorns piece today that like blew my mind. So
I saw
I don't
it.
think that one is done.
I don't, if it's not done, I'm already amazed by it. But yes.
Yeah.
Either way, so I'm happy to get back into it if the gang is ready to get back into it. Okay. So, we pick up with the morning. There's a couple different things to get up. I know that Psyche wants to do something specifically in the morning. Nomos and Twister never went to sleep. So, you can kind of break off whenever you want, if you want to. But yeah, I know...
Is bad.
What?
He's just gonna not feel good.
Yeah. They both don't. Twister is on 2 points of exhaustion.
No.
But, either way, I know Psyche's gonna be getting up relatively early. What time are we looking at for Armani and Ivory getting up in the morning?
We
Quick
had
question,
plans
what time
to go
did we-
meet.
Yeah, what time had we agreed to go meet Marvane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just said the morning, right? Your DM doesn't have a very good memory.
We don't have.
That's the
we
morning.
don't have a specific time.
I
yet, we
wrote
just said
something
the
down.
morning.
It was just go to Lady Bellman's place in the morning.
I believe it was go to the Millennium Archive in the morning.
Yeah, no, we're going to the library and just like chill until she's like, I can take a break now, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I have other stuff to do there, so if we go early, I don't mind.
Okay, cool. How early is early? You'll still need to get in a couple hours, but like that's like 2 hours left of your like long rest. So the earliest you can get up is probably gonna be like 6:30.
No.
Well, the library
Earlier
opens
than
at like
that.
7:30, so
What?
the library opens at like 7:30.
We'll go at 8.
Okay. Is it just gonna be you and Armani going? Is Armani gonna go somewhere else? How many members of the party are coming on this endeavor? What's happening here?
I
And if, like,
specifically wants Armani to come and no one else.
What Armani?
I'm just saying I'm coming, and then Sylvie was saying that they only want Ivory to come. I mean, Armani to come. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Armani only goes to the library.
That's what I thought. Psyche had previously said that he was going to join, but is going to request to not join.
Okay,
Simply
perfect.
does not feel like
That
it.
aligns perfectly with my plans.
Nice. So they're gonna be going at like 8. Psyche, how early are you getting up for your agenda?
Gosh. Probably like 7. I want to be up before other people are.
Okay, 7 works. Then since you're up first, we can start with you, and I'm gonna change the music while you talk about what you were planning on doing.
Yes.
Such menacing music.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
noticed that it's still in menacing mode.
Well, I just love that I always have him turned off because he messes up my audio settings. So I just never know. It's always just spicy, and I just hope that I'm giving the right vibes. But yeah, sorry, Ivermani library date threw me off so bad. Bless you. Bless you.
I have an allergic reaction to ramen powder in the air ASMR.
Oh no.
It's like burning my nostrils. Oh fuck.
Yeah. So Psyche wakes up early, and you know when you're the first one to wake up at a sleepover and you just kind of try and like crawl out of the room as quietly as possible. Sort of that emotion, just praying that no one else is up, probably hearing Nomos mumbling from the other room, and just sneaking out and climbing out of the roof again. Is the sun up?
It's winter at like 7. It's dawn. It's dark. It's still like dim out though.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch the sunrise. I'm gonna crawl back onto the roof, sort of clear out a little spot. If there's not a spot clear from where I was last
there's
there.
still a spot. You're good.
Yeah. And just kind of sit. I bring up my notebook and my pens and a sweater this time, because I sort of fidget with the spot where I know that my tattoo is. After I get up there, I just open the journal and start to absent-mindedly scribble. It's not words, it's just kind of random sketches. And I just sort of talk to myself as I write. Hi, I assume you're there because, you know, I can, you know, do magic now, which, thank you. We haven't spoken. I don't assume you know who I am. My name's Psyche. I follow you now, I guess. I don't... Are you there? Are you angry with me?
No. Why would I be angry? You came back.
Came back?
I do have the right psyche, right?
Yeah, back from where? I don't think we've ever spoken.
If I remember correctly, you were supposed to be raised with me.
I just sort of have to put the pen down for a second.
Take your time.
Cut off scream.
Ah!
And I start from memory sketching how I remember Cassandra and KO looking as I keep talking. So, you remember them?
Yes.
I had to pray to someone as I fell, and I thought of you.
You're lucky I heard you. You've been very distant for a very long time.
I think she was trying to hide me. I still don't know entirely what happened or even how all this worked. I'm a pawn in some sort of godly scheme, and this is horrible timing.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I don't think it's horrible timing. You've got your own thing going. Oh. Hold on. I don't think it's horrible timing.
What?
What?
Does Psyche the character know that Passionai does this? No. The last time
What?
No, I was the last time this happened, it was fucking Kasuna. Psyche is terrified.
I feel like I missed something.
No, not now, not here. You stay away from Twister.
Oh, okay. Fine. Alright. I think I see what's happening here. A slight misunderstanding. I'm not the shallow trader. I don't like her, and she'll stay out of my business for a little bit. You know she isn't the
Then
only
why
one
did-
that likes to put on little masks, right? It's fun.
Why did you take that form? Why her?
Because you love her?
No. Not now. Not.
It seems like this is a bad time to bring this up. That's fair. I'll give you some time.
It's not like she's directly below me or anything.
She can't hear me.
Okay.
I'm just in a notebook. By the way, have you kept an ear out recently?
For?
I would think it sounded quieter. I will say, do you listen for a moment?
Yeah.
Make a perception check. With advantage.
That's cocked. Wait, I forgot what the first roll was. Okay. I'm fully just having a moment here.
Yeah?
Different dice. Okay. Those are also nicer numbers. Cool. I kept rolling cocked and then forgetting the first fucking number. With perception is wisdom. That is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20?
Ooh.
Then I don't have to be cryptic about this. I can state this outright.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't keeping an eye out for it. Until you took a moment to just ground yourself and listen. There are less voices than usual. And they're saying different things. A lot of the time, the voices that seem to constantly crowd you, the hallucinations and things in the corner of your mind, always seemed menacing and sinister, and some of them still are. Some of them are still haunting things that occasionally come up and startle you, but make you jump, but some of them aren't. Some of them are neutral noises, like a whistling over your shoulder. Some of them are kind.
Whoa. Is that you?
No, I mean, yes,
That's you.
tangentially. I mean,
Why are
it's
they-
more
what
the
are-
absence of her, I think. She tends to do that.
She made them worse.
Yeah, she made a lot of things worse. She does that, like, professionally.
Yeah. I mean, up until last night, this morning, I guess I kind of did too.
Respectable.
So, it's really you. It's passionate.
Yeah?
And it's okay that I'm following you.
Why would it not be? Am I missing something?
No, it's just this is very different from how it used to work.
I mean, this is pretty different for me, too. I don't usually get to talk this much. It's fun. You won't be able to get rid of me.
Is there something different about me?
I don't know. Probably. Seems like a lot of people can talk to you more easily than the others.
Yeah.
And again, I can be in multiple places at once.
That's cool.
I'm a god. I can do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. I always wrote to her. I had like a cipher and stuff, and I write Passionai's name in the cipher. I don't think I'll do that with you.
Okay.
I'll probably just draw and talk, I guess.
Sounds fun to me.
Is there
You're a good
way you
artist.
prefer? Thanks. Yeah, thanks. I try, I guess. I have a lot of questions for you, but not right now.
You say that a lot of things shouldn't happen right now. You seem to put things off a lot. Is this a trend?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I just sort of... I'm not sure I've really given myself a moment's rest. Like, ever. So...
Well, you know, that sounds... I mean, I don't use this term very often because it's below me, but that sounds kind of lame, and I feel like you should take more of a break. God, Kimor's been rubbing off on me.
Oh.
I mean, of course you have, you're a god. What's he like?
He's fun. A little all over the place. I think you'd expect that from him.
I'm surprised I haven't met him yet with how many of you I already have.
I'm not. He doesn't tend to, get along very well with, you know, friends of the lady.
Yeah. You know, the whole fighting thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody's pretty grumpy.
Do you know if Twister is still being followed?
Who?
The one below me. The shallow trader is working with them, and they're scared to sleep. I don't know how to protect them.
I mean, I don't really know, but a lot of the time the shallow trader just gets bored. If your friend did something wrong, probably just give it time.
Okay. That's good to know. And, I was about to ask how you knew about Journey.
It's
and then I
kind of
realized
my
that's stupid.
thing.
I hate that my own feelings fall under your thing.
I mean, I don't control
I-
them, but you did choose this, so. I mean, if you regret it.
Not yet.
Not exactly a vote of confidence, but I'll take it.
Well, I mean, you're more approachable.
Thank you?
Yeah, that's a compliment. I'm used to really different shit.
Your standards are kind of on the floor.
I'm usually really afraid when I pray. I
Are
mean,
you
I
afraid
am.
now?
Not in the same way.
Good, then we're making progress.
All right. I'm gonna go handle some, like interpersonal stuff. Thank you. Go do your God work or whatever.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Psyche just kind of like looks confused at that one for a second and spends a while just watching the sunrise, sketching random shit. And just sort of scrawls passionized symbol in a corner, getting used to the motions. And then he goes back downstairs once the sun's up.
All right.
Man, I can't believe that you get a god that is both nice and talks to you.
My god is I have all three. My god is nice, hot, and talks to me.
Yeah.
So
It's like, man, Psyche, why does your god let you have someone who is both kind and present? Mine is only one of those things, I think.
we can work on it. We'll work on it. It's okay.
Elmet is absent and depressed. So
You can be both kind and depressed.
That sticker that says absent and depressed.
Absent and depressed.
Girl, help.
I love the mixed feelings on the Passion Eye voice mod in chat. I love that.
I just love the name of it.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun.
No, I
frankly love it. I feel deeply comforted. She reminds me of Aphrodite Hades' game, but that's like kind of the point, I think.
there's
Yeah.
light inspiration
Very
taken,
good.
yes.
Very good.
there have been, I really like that with that voice mod, and that's because I've heard the bad ones because I made tankers with you.
Yes.
Like I'm waiting for the day that you use the doctor.
There's a whole bunch of fun new robot voices, by the way, that we missed.
Ooh.
I will check those out. Yeah, you ever gonna use the doctor maybe for a conduit or something? Make
I don't know.
hunger or something.
Trust me,
Ooh.
I have some conduit voices.
I'm
Help,
sorry
I don't
for
need to
the-
think about
I'll
that.
remember that. I'll remember that when I go out and actively seek out a conduit so that I can kill a god.
No.
I mean, that is one way to use a conduit. They are
Yeah.
weapons.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Hear me out though.
It's
What if
called
we
The
did
Paladin Takes Levels in Warlock ASMR.
No, it's
Um,
not. It's called Nobody is Allowed to Take Levels in Warlock ASMR.
Oh, would it be a warlock
Too
pack?
late!
You could shift your oath slightly. They're not
I mean,
magic
listen.
items.
I would rather shift to Oath of Conquest than
Okay, let's not
Either
go
way.
here right now.
Either way. Next, we'll scoot to... I don't know if Nomos has any morning plans.
Stay awake.
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, staying awake, and he's very much just like at this point he's like, and then the dragon it fell off of the ceiling because
it was a shadow dragon, and we couldn't see the ceiling because it casts magical darkness.
Do
But
you
then
need
Ivory
to sleep?
turned into another dragon. No, I'm good. And then Ivory turned into another dragon,
Okay.
and then the
I'm
dragon
gonna ask
spawned.
you to stop
And then I
talking for
hit
like
the dragon really,
15
really hard
seconds,
again and again.
and we're just gonna see what happens. How about hold on, just stop talking.
Mm,
Close your eyes.
mm,
Now we're gonna wait here for a second.
no. No,
No, go to sleep.
you've caught me at a point of vulnerability because I
Mhm.
woke up at 3 a.m. and it's like
Yeah.
7 and I'm not wearing armor, so I'm comfortable for the first time in a few days, and I get to smell your hair again, and that's not fair. And I think he immediately falls asleep.
Cool. I'm gonna make. I'll go make Twister roll stealth real quick. Help me.
I will say I forgot. I do want to sort of knock really, really quietly on the door.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me. I figure you guys are awake.
Yeah.
He
Twister-
immediately-
Twister kind of climbs out of bed. No, I didn't. I drank. But Twister kind of climbs out of bed, and opens the door with, "Hey, can I help you?"
Hi. I just wanted to talk to you, actually.
Take a sip, babe.
So, I haven't told anyone else this. Full disclosure,
Hold on.
I'm...
Just want to make sure that this is something you want to say in front of Nomos, because he's still in bed, but I think he's still awake. Did you go to sleep?
No, it's okay. It's fine.
I don't know. Maybe he's... Okay, he's vaguely awake.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was planning to tell him eventually anyway, but, full disclosure, I am working with Passion Eye now. Somebody broke me out of the ladies' service last night, and
You
I...
literally said it last night. It's fine.
Yeah, so that's who I'm working with now, and I talked...
So you're working with Passion Eye.
Yes.
Because I really can't recommend the alternative.
No.
Oh.
No, she's tried to recruit me before. Not
Wonderful.
Not a fan. But I talked to her and she said that usually she gets bored. It's probably safe for you to rest. You don't have to.
I won't risk it until she does get bored. Twister kind of, in a moment later, just the sword appears in their hand and I've got some time.
If you ever want to talk about shitty gods,
I'm okay.
I figured. I'm not gonna push. You go, hang out with your boyfriend. Goodbye.
By the time Twister turns around, is Nomos awake?
He has since rolled over, because I think he was on his back, and then Twister moved, and then he lost all structural integrity and just folded like a table. And yeah, he's that tired. He's the person who falls forwards and sleeps in an airplane. But
Almost this whole session, I've just been sitting here kidding the poor bastard. That's exactly how I sleep on airplanes. Fuck you.
How? How?
Anyway.
Oh, like that. I thought you meant just.
Oh no, usually I sleep on the tray.
Yeah,
okay.
Same.
That's not safe. But I think he will be. I think the sound of summoning a sword wakes him up. But yeah, he is like, his eyes are fluttering, kind of open now. I know you haven't really wanted to talk about it yet, but I will say that's a much more convenient way of keeping your sword than I do.
Yeah, it's definitely got that advantage. I'm gonna go get some water. You get some rest.
Okay. I'll be back soon.
I'll be back.
I just got you back. I'm not keen to
I'm
leave
not
you yet.
running. I'm getting water.
Okay. Then he slumps back.
Does he go to sleep?
That's just
Yeah.
the Home Alone trap that Armani set up goes off and they get beheaded. Nomos.
And all right,
Fucking
I'm rolling up a
dead.
new character. So I have a druid barbarian lined up.
All right.
The path of the beast, circle of the spores, and
Sick. But yes,
Ewan, I love you. I want to go to the library, please.
yeah,
So,
sorry.
Twister kind of returns to the common room, probably as Ivory and Armani are getting ready, are kind of headed out. Twister does not return to bed for a bit, because they want to let you sleep, and they know that if they lay down, they're going to go to sleep, and they no longer have someone to hold them awake. So they are kind of pacing.
Oh.
In fact, I'm gonna roll again real quick just to see how they're doing on that front. Meanwhile, Ivory and Armani, you guys head towards the library.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so, you guys, after, like, walking across town, you're probably gonna end up getting there at, like, 8:30, since you left at about 8.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you kind of wander in. It is very empty. There isn't someone at the front desk. You can kind of hear vague shuffling. Like, there's a couple people in here, but you don't, like, see anyone immediately as you walk in. Although, real quick, on pause, friends that are watching the stream, are y'all having internet issues? Like, is the stream freezing up? Is everything okay stream-wise for y'all? I've been getting alerts about my internet connection, and I want to make sure that everything is okay. But can everyone understand what's going on? Like, is it freezing?
Not that bad.
Yes, it is not y'all. That is me. I'm not sure what's happening, but it is happening. Are y'all still able to, like, figure out what's going on? And so, well, Armani's been 2 frames per second since the beginning. Unfortunately, that's just where we're at with Floyd today. Much love, Floyd. But you are moving like an animatic.
Cool.
But okay, as long as it's not.
Usually we'll get like a smooth movement from you. It's like, you know, when certain frames in animatic are like genuine,
Super well animated. They did the zoom in on the mouth.
Yeah.
We've all seen the same TikTok.
We've all seen the
Exactly.
same
Exactly.
TikTok. But yeah, so if it's not too distracting and everything's okay, then that's cool. Just wanted to check in. But anyway, moving back in to, that's such a wonderful Floyd smile that it's frozen on. Sorry, just noticed. Armani and Ivory arriving at the library. Like I said, they're on. Oh no! Wonderful Floyd smile leads to them
Floyd,
leaving.
maybe keep the video off for a minute there.
You talked about my Wi-Fi and it heard you decided to fucking nerf me.
How?
Oh no.
Jesus.
Well, I said that
Hi.
you were frozen in a wonderful smile. Anyway, you're right. The library is sparsely populated. TLDR.
Yeah. I lost where I was a second ago. That was weird. Words in my brain. I am going to the receptionist. What
There
was
is
their
no one there right
name?
now. Well, actually, you're right. You're right. There is a receptionist.
No, I know someone's name. Hold on.
No,
hold
fuck
on,
you.
hold on.
It's a new one. It's a new one because I need to use my name. Fuck you.
Hold on.
This is no. This is whose
Was it
table do you
Elias?
think this is?
No.
What?
No, there was someone else. There was someone that had a name that was a TMA name that was here.
No, you just kept calling Lady Bellman John. Oh, there was a Sasha. I thought no cursing was turned off.
There was a Sasha.
Vinny, I thought no cursing was turned off.
We limited it to once per session
Alright.
because we kept getting chain no cursed for 45 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Alright, the no cursing thing begins. But yes,
cursing
no, there
timer
was a
begins.
Sasha. This is not Sasha.
Golly.
This is not the person named Sasha. But
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
this is not the person named Sasha. However, you see a very tired receptionist. But I know my name has been turned off, but there's a very tired looking receptionist. Okay. And they have a name time. There's a name tag that says Gerald on it.
Gerald, okay. Good morning. Sorry, I know it's early, but could we get some help finding some things? Or a thing?
What do you need?
I'm trying to research some stuff about the Feywilds.
Feywild? Do you mean like seasonally or like the location?
Location, inhabitants, just general.
Do you want me to lead you there or just give you directions?
Directions is fine.
Right. Are you going to the same place? Pointing to Armani.
Yes, yeah, I'm with them.
Great.
Not like that, but like we're together. But like we're walking together in the library. Yeah. Okay.
He kind of just looks at the two of you for a moment, and then gives you directions to the section that has the Feywild in it. It's no longer. You're almost kind of spoiled by the libraries in like Moongate and Morinheim and these huge cities.
I miss them.
This is a pretty small library, all things considered. Earlier, you thought it was a decent-sized archive here. Mid-size. Mid-tier.
How far is this section looking?
But the section, you get a good length of bookshelves,
Okay.
You get an aisle.
Cool. I specifically... Well, first off, I want to see shit about...
Damn it.
Heck. Darn! I'm sorry. I want to find stuff about, not killing a fae, just, like, keeping them to leave me alone. Like, you know, you hear stories about, like, wear iron. Like, is that real kind of thing, or is that just, like, a myth? Like, that's the kind of info I'm trying to find.
Make an investigation check. Oh, there was more?
Cool.
Go ahead, before you make your check.
Well, I guess that would be expanding on stuff, is just, like, what's good ways that, like, you can get what you want from them, and perhaps, I don't know, if there's any stories about people, like, doing some deals. That would be some extra good stuff to find if possible. But baseline, they want to know, leave me alone powder that they can roll in.
Go ahead, make an investigation check.
Okay. Let's see. Is Armani helping me?
Yeah, is Armani helping them, or are they on their own kind of thing?
I'm helping. I think we're looking for the same shit, so.
Okay, that's not amazing, but it's not terrible. It's 15.
Okay. Wait,
Heck.
how do you...
Darn.
How do I help? I'm dumb. I'm stupid.
It's just
I
that.
just rolled twice.
Yeah.
Huh?
What? It was just advantage. I'm good.
Okay, so what was the total?
15.
15. All right.
It was a 2 and a 10, and I added 5.
So there's a lot of really interesting books in this section, and by interesting I mean kind of weird. You find a few books that seem to be like telling you like, we know exactly how to get a Fae deal to work out in your favor. You can get the right like results every time. Like there's one that's called How to Win Fae and Influence People. There's a couple books that are just like, this is the immediate way that you know how to get a Fae deal, and you're not sure if you trust any of them. There's a couple that kind of break down the folklore surrounding Fae. 2 of the books have been vandalized. And are missing large...
Does it look like a Fae did it themselves?
You don't know. It's called Fantasy Sharpie Marker. You don't know if it belonged to a Fae or not. But that seems to be blocking out a lot of passages in these books. The TLDR is... most of the stuff that you find about the Fae is about preventing ending up in deals.
Cool.
Don't walk into fairy circles. This kind of, like, emblem supposedly will ward them off. These are the kind of most
I'll take note of that.
Sure.
Whatever that emblem is. Sure.
There's, like, this kind of area is more dangerous and more likely to have a Fae crossing. Like, everything seems to be kind of preventative and preemptive, and not a lot is, you know, actually dealing with it once you've gotten in that situation.
Yeah. I expected that to some degree.
Other than those basically, like, business deal books that you see with deals, there's kind of a general accepted rhetoric that you're finding as you're spending... How much time are you spending looking through these?
At least an hour.
Yeah, as you're spending your time looking through this, there's a good amount of, like, fiddlesticks. What is the word I am looking for? That left my brain. That completely left my brain.
Mythology, lore...
No, I've lost the rest of the sentence as well. It's fine. You're not finding a lot on... It's kind of generally accepted that you don't get out of Fae deals when they happen. You just don't. Like, once you get there, you're screwed. Is kind of the way... I'm saying fiddlesticks because there's a no cursing active. I don't have a freaking choice. But I am just as upset about it as you are, Spear Waddle Dee, my darling. I don't like it either. You can diagnose me with white. It's fine. It's true.
What?
Sorry, babe. But,
I thought I knew you.
Damn. But, yeah, So. Frogger.
I found the symbol, that's like the best I'm getting kind of stuff.
Yeah, it seems like everything is kind of accepted that once you've actually gotten that deal, you are up the creek without a paddle.
Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to just play this by ear.
Can I look for something?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Is there any information on how to kill the Fae?
That works too.
Make an investigation check.
I'll help them look for this. Yeah, roll with advantage.
Roll with advantage,
Thank
Floyd,
you.
my darling.
Yeah, Ivory at some point just is like holding their book and they like angrily huff at the crossed out sections. Like, let's just kill them.
Hold on.
Ivory
That is
probably
a
says some choice
unnatural-
words
that is
we're
a-
not allowed to say.
It's a dirty 20.
Nice, okay.
Okay, we're gonna kill them now.
So, as far as you can tell, you find some information on, like, supposedly there have been, like, Fae hunters before that would, like, deliberately go to the Feywild to take them out. And accounts of how easy that was range from, dude, they are just people, to they are impossible to kill. You also get the impression that, you know, the Fae is an umbrella term for a lot of it is a creature type, not a specific, like...
That's
Fae.
true.
Yeah.
Like, you can probably take out a pixie with a perfectly timed fly swatter, whereas an archfey, good luck. So, part of the reason that there's so much variation is that there's some Fae that are really easy to kill, because, you know, they're, like, bug-sized. And then there's some Fae that are basically demigods. And then there's all the ones in the middle. Yes.
Follow-up after we find this, I want to search how to identify different kinds.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Now, how well timed would the fly swatter have to be to kill an archfey?
Perfectly. Okay, that's a little better. That is a 22.
Okay, I'm checking something really quickly.
Queens.
Alright. What did you get?
22.
22. Well, they're all very different. I don't have time to go through every single type of Fae that there is. And I also likely wouldn't be able to.
After session, do you want to be like, here's a general range of ones that you probably found info on, and if you saw them, you might be able to have some
Sure, I probably can't do that tonight, but I can send you that later this week. Let me make a note on that.
I'm thinking it before we go to the Feywilds and or next time run into one.
Yeah,
so I'm good for now.
I'll put together a little Fae primer for you about some kind of common types and stuff like that. But yeah, they're
okay.
It's a creature type. There's a whole bunch of things in that category. Anything else that we want to look at? We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the no cursing timer.
I think after that, I mean, like, depending on how much time has gone by, you can go find Lady Delilah.
Yeah, I mean, this has probably been the better part of 2.5 hours at this point.
Yeah.
So at that point, are you gonna head down to Lady Bellman's office?
Unless Floyd wants to look at anything else.
Yeah, Floyd.
No, I think that's...
All right.
I think that was it.
So you guys can kind of put your books back. Ivory cursing quietly at the vandalized books. Maybe they had information, maybe they didn't, you don't know. I feel like tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Ivory is following this perspective of now they're assuming that everything that inconveniences them is done by the Fae in some way, shape, or form. Like, they're behind everything. Like, I feel like this is Ivory's new, like, conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Armani walks in one day into their room in like the hotel room, and Ivory has like a Pepe Sylvia board up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they do the whole bit.
There's lots of red lines connecting things.
Yeah. Like, if you guys ever make, like, a proper home base or, like, a proper tavern, you just walk into Ivory's room and it's nothing but, like, just red strings, and pinned photos and stuff like that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done! Fuck.
Fuck.
Yay!
Fuck.
I didn't know
Shit,
what you were
mother-
counting down anymore. I
God
zoned out.
damn it. Balls.
Heck.
Heck, fuck, shit, darn.
Bastard.
Sorry, I know that's a bit testy for
Yeah.
You were really brave today.
Thank
I'm so
you.
proud of you. You really stepped out of your comfort zone.
Fiddlesticks.
You know, the genuine tone in your voice and the fact of how fragile I am, that made me genuinely happy. Thank you.
Okay.
That's so sweet. Now I'm not cursed to only say fiddlesticks. Because that's a horrible word.
Yeah. Now
Anyway.
you can say less weight.
Not.
You're a whole shade tanner.
Like, fuck.
Oh, babe. Anyway, so there are other words.
You guys make me sick. Yeah, pause.
So, you guys can make your way down to Lady Bellman's office, and you kind of have to. And the door is open, and Lady Bellman is kind of sitting at her desk, and she looks up and. Hello. I suppose you all would like me to take my break.
I mean, whenever you're ready, we've been here for a little bit. There's a lot of vandalized books in the insert section name. I have a bone to pick with that.
I wasn't aware. I'll write that down for a moment. And I'll see how much of them can be saved and or replaced. I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're ready, I don't think we have anything else right now. I think Psyche was going to tag along, but then they got busy, so.
Okay. So, we are going back to...
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Then, give me one moment. And she kind of takes a minute to shuffle some papers on her desk and, closes some folders, whatever, and kind of calls out, I'll be back in a few hours. If I'm not back around lunchtime, you can send for me. Well, after lunchtime, I suppose. Either way, don't be concerned. And, she goes, are you all alright with walking, or?
I'll see I'm out.
Alright. I mean, I can get a carriage if you prefer that comfort, but you're adventurers, so I'm not sure if that's...
fine.
Alright. But, yes, so, you make your way, brain broke, sorry, you start making your way, through the streets, this time headed northwards, through the Glittering Hills, and you get a couple looks from guards as you kind of start weaving more into the Glittering Hills area, and, you kind of get the impression that Lady Bellman is covering, like, a lot of stuff for you right now, as you kind of start making your way through the winding roads of the Glittering Hills. However, you actually head up, not like northwest up towards Castle Lova, but northeast up towards Upper Targrave. And Lady Bellman actually walks for a good 20-30 minutes to a house that's kind of on the outskirts of the Glittering Hills, like still definitely in the Glittering Hills. She's got several like prominent pieces of like of stained glass worked into the walls and things like that, but you can see that we're kind of, as we enter this part of the district, starting to tone things down a little bit. I don't think you guys have spent a lot of time in Upper Targrave at all.
Just when we were like walking through on the way to the castle,
Yeah.
and then the one time you went and saw Elias Daysong, I think.
Yeah, Elias Daysong was closer to this area. You might
Yeah,
vaguely
that was
recognize the streets that you've been moving through when you were kind of headed towards Elias Daysong. But this is a new street. It's not like she lives down the road from Lord Daysong. Thankfully, probably for y'all, considering he's a prick. But
Yeah. He's got a nice ass, so.
What?
But he has a nice ass. So.
No, that's Robin Hall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, Elias Daysong has nothing
Daysong is
going
the
for
one
him.
that we. Daysong is the one that we interrogated, and then Psyche
Yeah.
licked his table.
Yeah.
And it was all dusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also the one that kind of looks like Elliot Stardew Valley, but worse.
He's also the one who had the enchanted magic sword on his wall that I'm so tempted to just go in and take, for no reason other than I can.
And you want it?
I want it, and
I
it's
wish
there.
Ivory
There
could be
more.
visible in there.
Therefore, it is mine.
We don't need grand theft right now. Right now.
Right now.
Later.
But, regardless, you approach this. Still, let's not get it twisted here. This is a mansion. Lady Bellman still very much lives in a mansion. It's just not as overly extravagant as some of the other ones.
Let's not get it what?
Mommy? Sorry.
What?
Mom.
Let's not get it what?
Twit. When you twit, because
Don't get it.
They're
Don't get it.
they
Let's
are
not get it drowned.
Don't get it. Don't get.
Girl, help.
go into the mansion.
Yeah. It looks like as you enter, Lady Bellman kind of almost does a half a somatic component in the air that might be like dismissing some kind of like security system or something like that as you enter, and she kind of holds the door open for you to kind of go past her. Yeah, and as you enter, she kind of does the same somatic component behind her as she closes the door. Would you like to just sit in the lounge? I figure that's probably the best place to relax. Anyone who enters this house knows at least the foundations of Ravenscourt issues, and it has been simply scoured from floor to ceiling for anything like scrying orbs or anything like this, so things can be discussed here.
Sure.
The
What's the
lounge-
likelihood that they're going to try to kill us in your house?
I don't know.
Just like an out of 10, maybe?
I feel like that's more her prerogative.
Great, okay.
If she
yeah,
tries to kill you,
we'll
I'll
sit
try to
here.
stop her.
Thanks,
Would that help?
I think. Yeah.
There we go. Then if she tries to kill you, I will keep her from killing you. Anyway, and she kind of turns off to the side and leads you down a hallway into this kind of lounge, like personal library area. Boy, is this well upkept. And these look like rare books. A lot of these are very carefully like leather bound with like gold thread and things like that. Like a lot of these are rare books. They have covers made of materials that you don't really recognize. And they just kind of line some of the walls. It is quite well made and very impressive. You get the opinion that you get the idea that while she's not the type to demonstrate her wealth through something gaudy and extravagant, she's definitely demonstrating it through this. She kind of looks to the side and goes, I can get her. Would you just like to wait here, or I can just call her here? She'll be mad if I call her here. I'll go find her. You wait here.
Okay, can
Hmm?
I look
Can you what?
the books?
Sure. As long as you're careful?
Yes, of course.
Alright. And she kind of shifts from the room. Both Armani and Ivory, you're welcome to kind of pick through the books if you like. But maybe be careful not to mess them up a little bit.
I'm keeping very careful note of where they are all from. I'm just looking and like, oh, this one's like a limited edition. This one is.
Yeah, you got some like signed first edition like copies in here, like from like prominent authors. Like this is fancy. They've got some shit going in here.
Anything from Giles or Apple?
Oh yeah, anything from Giles or Apple? I think I will. That's a little silly goofy. That's pretty bad. 9.
No, you can't find anything from Giles and Aber here.
Yeah, didn't think so. Okay.
But regardless, after a few minutes, you kind of hear distant, just like what sounds like kind of muffled yelling. And the muffled yelling stops. And a few minutes pass. And you just hear kind of approaching 2 pairs of footsteps.
When I hear that, I go and sit down on the bench or whatever is in this room. A chair? A chair. We'll sit on a chair.
A minute later, Lady Bellman rounds the corner with an unfortunately familiar-looking fire genasi, dressed in very simplistic, almost servant's clothes, and with her hair kind of pulled back in a small braid down her back. She does not look happy. And Lady Bellman goes, "This is Evelyn, or as you would know her, Marvain." And Marvain kind of looks at you and is like, "Can I help you? Either of you?"
I mean, we're not here to ask for any kind of help.
Good.
Just, yeah. I'm here to say sorry. And
oh, we're saying sorry now. Oh, we're apologizing. Well, I'm glad we've arrived at an apology. Cool. Not like I almost got executed or anything. An apology, I think, might be kind of the basis of... And you could see that, like, literally, like, her eyes start to glow a little bit, and Lady Bellman just puts a hand on her shoulder and is like, "Marvain, if you cause fire damage to this library, you can find yourself on the streets." And Marvain just... "Thanks for the apology."
we were intending to come back, but...
Oh, were you? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or were you just gonna take Zyanma and fucking run? You were intending to come back. Did you put any effort into coming back?
I told the court where you were.
Here's the thing. They kind of already knew that. I mean, seriously, if you're gonna look for me, probably one of the first places to check is, you know, the jail. It's not exactly something that is hard to come across, so thanks for that, I'd fucking guess. What? I'm pretty sure they didn't even want to fucking get me for a little bit. Sorry, lady, but sorry, it's just the fucking truth. I didn't think that they even wanted to come get me for a bit. And they didn't. Again, I don't really know how many times I can emphasize the whole almost got executed thing, before that kinda, you know, equalizes itself out.
Yeah.
So are you no longer the Crown's dogs, or...
Oh, no, we got out of that. God.
Yeah, I fucking figured, but...
Away now, and fine, but I mean, something's back here, I guess.
What? I feel like I only heard half of that sentence.
The people we snuck out are far away and safe, but something is back, so I guess it's only half of the job.
Cool. I'm glad that she got out safe. Good for her.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just gonna ask the other one. You kind of points to Armani. I've forgotten all of your names. Was this like a group thing to abandon me? Was this like a group, like an option that we decided to do, or was like this just on their part? Like,
I wanted to say.
Okay, cool. So, what was this a group endeavor? Are you gonna second that? What's your opinion on all this?
Gonna be real, besties. I forgot entirely about what happened with Marvane
Fair
and what the
enough.
deal was with that. So,
They were in the jail when we broke out and like did a distraction thing, and I was like, "I'll come and get you out," and then we totally had to.
You asked her to be a distraction to get Cyanma out. and then-
I genuinely did
Right.
try to stay and was like, "Hey, we need to get them out." And the best we could do was teleport because we had to fucking dash.
Mhm.
yeah. It wasn't like a choice any of us made. It was had to save the one person we did. If we tried to save you, we'd lose two people.
Okay.
Sounds
so
great, but it's the
why?
truth.
So here's the thing. Totally get that. Why did we promise the other person that we were going to get them out if we weren't going to do that?
Because we can't like tell the future, Marvane.
Ooh, you're gonna get snippy with the girl that almost got executed for your mistake now. Cool.
I'm just saying you can't.
Oh, I can. Here's the thing. I'm not often very confident that I'm in the right. I'm pretty confident in this one. I hate to say it.
I'm not saying you're in the wrong. Not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah.
And that there are extenuating circumstances that were outside of our control.
Cool. So, nice. Your apology is not accepted. Is there anything else that you want to bother me with?
Just want to tie up loose ends, honestly.
Cool. Love it. She kind of looks to Lady Bellman. You're not gonna put me on any shit with thorns, right? And Lady Bellman is like, of course I'm not going to start that fight.
Y'all have beef?
Your friend? You know, the one who also abandoned me with the rest of your group? I don't understand where the disconnect is here. I don't want to work with any of you, so I don't want to work with thorns. What's their name? Io?
Ooh. Feels weird hearing that one.
Ivory
But the
doesn't know
paladin's
it's their
cool.
place to tell.
But
It's
the
kind of
paladin's
shrug.
fine.
Lady
like-
Bellman kind of reaches over and goes, that's not the name they're going by anymore. And Marvane's like, oh, I'm so fucking sorry. What is it? Psyche. Cool. Whatever. Psyche! Either way, you're all dead to me.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're not dead, I guess.
So, are you gonna ruin any more of my plans? Like, should I keep an eye out? Like, how are we doing this? I
Have
would
some
say...
For?
I don't fucking know. What are you gonna be doing in town? I just want to know if it's gonna get in my way. Here's the thing: the name I have to go by now is Evelyn Risenthrope. If you hear that I'm involved in any of my any of the shit that you're involved in, leave. Cool? Cool.
Sure.
Deal.
Great. Can I go back to what I was doing now? Kind of looking to Lady Bellman. Lady Bellman's like, you all done?
Yeah, I just...
Yeah.
Fair enough. And Marvane's like, cool, peace, fuck you, and then leaves.
Armani gives them one of these behind their back.
You're frozen. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh no!
What-
I was
what
flipping
was the
my,
best-
I was flipping them off.
Flipping them off. Okay.
But
What was the best case scenario for talking to Marvane?
That is the best case scenario.
Why did we come here?
Trying to be better about taking accountability for shit they've done.
Okay, that's
My
good.
name is James
This is
Buchanan
just that.
Barnes.
There's nothing else here.
I am no longer the Winter Soldier. You are part of my the journey to make amends.
But yeah, Lady Bellman kind of stands there and is like, is that really what we took a break for? Did you even need anything out of her?
No, What? Yeah, I do it? What?
Sorry, I forgot to mute myself. I have fun here. I
Yeah.
love you guys.
Yeah. Not really. I'm just trying to
I feel like this could have been done in a letter.
Probably, but it's not the same. And also, knowing that, like, someone definitely doesn't like me is not the same, not in person. Like, burning someone's letter is, like, not that therapeutic.
So you wanted style points, is what you're saying here.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I think closure is a better term, but sure.
You could have gotten closure through anyway. I'm going to go back to work. My husband will still be here if you need anything. Is there anything else you want to update me on with your travels or important things I should know?
Yeah, we met your ex.
I was just gonna say we meant to ask Lady Bellman
Are you guys
about
gonna ask about Briar?
That is literally on my to-do list.
You said
do it.
that you'd
Let's
ask
do
her
it. Let's do
after you talked to Marvane. You've
Yeah,
done it.
after.
Now's your chance.
We've talked to Marvane.
on.
Are you going to ask her about her ex?
Well, I mean, we can come with you. There's more stuff I need to look at the library.
Alright.
I'm gonna say, like, on the way.
Okay, so you guys start walking. How long do we wait before we bring it up? Because otherwise you're just walking in fucking silence.
5 minutes.
5 minutes later?
5 minutes of walking at someone in dead silence, and like. So I met your ex. I want to ask you some questions about this person that you were formerly romantically involved in, because I think it might have something to do with, like, the keeping of god weapons, right?
Agony.
Alright, how do you say it? Either Armani or Ivory can bring it up, but 5 minutes has passed.
Yeah, Floyd, do you want to take this one? Because if not, I can do it.
No, I'll take this one.
Oh,
Armani
Okay,
for-
go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Take the L, Armani.
I will. I always take the L.
Armani
That's what
and
I
her
do.
negative charisma score. Go ahead.
Yeah, baby, let's fucking go.
I guess that makes more sense.
So, Lady Bellman, when we were on our travels, we met someone that I think you knew at one point.
Okay.
Briar Arrow. Is the name familiar? I don't know. Is it? I just
The face.
really.
Once upon a time? Why?
Well, they were possessed by a god weapon. Just thought you should know. Just thought we should bring that up in conversation.
It's fine now, we think. Mostly.
We just said that
Yeah.
shit?
In the middle of the street?
That's when you get a curator to murk you.
Hey, so Lady Bellman just stops walking. And just kind of slowly turns. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I heard this correctly.
Yeah. No,
Oh my
definitely.
god.
You met Briar Bright Arrow, Air Genasi, silver hair.
Yep.
blue eye-
Very
okay.
flowy, yeah. That's one.
And they were possessed by a god weapon.
Influenced.
Influenced and possessed, very different words. Let's pick a particular.
I don't.
Which one was it? I got possessed. I don't know if they were possessed.
Briar was also possessed.
Briar was also possessed.
Okay, we were both possessed. Well, the god weapon left her and then went inside of me, so like they're
I'm
fine
going
now.
to stop you there.
Yeah, no, please do.
And I'm going to say that we're going to put this on hold. And we're going to talk about this in my office. Yes?
Sounds good. Yeah, I thought that talking about this in open would be a bad idea, but like it was really quiet walk, so I thought maybe I'd just like fill the silence or something.
I think you might
Anything
want to
relevant?
stop talking now, Mix Auxiliary.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good idea.
That is
Armani
like
does not know how to put down the
imagine-
shovel, only how to pick it up.
imagine you're walking home with like, you know, the manager of a Jack in the Box that you went to 4 months ago, and you just say, and this is in like
Libraries exist in
I know,
real
but,
life, Ewan.
I'm trying to be funny. Give me a minute. Imagine this is in real life. We're doing this, right? And you're just walking home with a manager of a Jack in the Box that you went to 4 months ago, and you say with your whole chest, "Hey, by the way, I met your ex, and she committed high treason against the United States of America." That is the equivalent of what we have just done.
Actually, no, it's not a whatever you said, manager. This is a someone that you know that's just in a gang.
Yeah, this is
The
like,
manager is also in a gang. Like the Jack in the Box
yeah,
is a
the
front.
manager of the Jack in the Box is also involved in mafia connections. Listen. Sometimes you gotta work that hustle. Sometimes you gotta be the manager of a Jack in the Box and a mafioso. It's not a front or anything. You just also gotta make some money on the side.
Yeah, it's
darling
it's
partner.
called the grind.
My darling partner has pointed out
Sigma
this
male
real
grind
life
set.
comparison engineered to be perhaps more relatable to our audience because it's real life is not relatable in the slightest, and I think maybe we should put down the shovel like Armani can't.
Well, either way, Armani and Ivory spend the rest of that walk in silence, I think.
Ivory at one point just like gets their little stone of far speech and is just like, that went well.
To Armani.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's like so much like sympathy / sarcasm.
So you walk for like, 20 more minutes in silence. And you make your way back to the Millennium Archives. There's a new person on shift. Lady Bowman looks
Is
to the
it
side and is
Sasha?
like, I'm back, Sasha. I will, be on rounds soon. And she kind of just takes, she kind of goes to the right and back to her office and opens the door to her
I
office.
wave at Sasha as we walk by.
Cool. Sasha doesn't know you.
We talked last time I was here. I got a book.
You are a random person that passes through the library. She's like, gives a little polite wave back. But regardless, Lady Bellman kind of opens the door and holds it open for the two of you to walk in, closes the door slowly, draws a glyph in the air, and then carefully sits behind her desk. So, you met Briar Bright Arrow while she was possessed
Yep.
by a god weapon
We've
Or
lost
no,
the glasses.
that
We're
later...
set to go do things for her.
Okay, so you were working for Briar
Yeah.
Bright Arrow. And
Or maybe for the god weapon also. Maybe a bit of both.
what? The god weapon?
Because, like, maybe we were working for both at the same time because she was possessed by him at the time, so, like, maybe that was it, but I'm not sure. Anyway, continue. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm right.
this
Track.
is definitely the case.
So you were working for Briar Brightarrow, who
Yes.
was possessed by a god weapon.
The
and-
one that we had the first time that I saw
Okay,
you.
so
Yep.
you had a god, right? Yes.
No, you remember the orb thing.
I do, and I was going to get to that. So,
Mm-hmm.
you met Briar Brightarrow.
Yep.
We should
who was possessed by a god weapon that you previously had
Yes. Stole.
stole. My bad. And were later possessed by yourself.
They were possessed.
I was possessed. Yes.
Cool. I have all of that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, that is a lot to unpack. Is Briar alright?
As far as we know,
I think so. Yes.
Are you alright?
not really. But I mean, we're here.
That is
Here.
good
It's
enough.
all good.
I assume these were the events that would eventually lead to Paranoia being freed.
Oh yeah, no, that was him.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Yes.
It was-
So you were the ones that did it.
Say it like that, it sounds like we did it on purpose, which we didn't. It was like
is a deliberate ritual.
yes, but like
It's not something you can
Someone-
fully do accidentally.
if
We
someone
didn't
says,
want to.
hey, if someone says like, "Hey, eat this apple," or "I shoot your mother in the face," like you're gonna eat the apple,
No
right? You know
one
what I
said
mean?
that.
What are these?
I'm not doing this. Lady Bellman is doing this.
But like, it wasn't really a choice.
It was definitely blackmail.
Okay,
Yes,
so
that's the
was
word I was
Briar
looking
a
for. Thank you.
part of the freeing process, or
No.
was she
Briar got us to the freeing process.
cool?
I mean, my question would just be like, were they mixed up in stuff before? Because I know that they mentioned they
No,
existed.
she was not. She was not. Not that I know of, at least. I probably wouldn't have spent the time with her that I did if she was. It's kind of the opposite of my domain.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she's fine as far as we know. I think she said that she was going to, like, contact you if she needed to get in contact with us. So if she hasn't, I'm assuming she's fine.
I would assume so. I also, I mean, I also told her to not speak to me again, so that might have also been part of it.
Oh, so it was a bit messy. Sorry, none of my business.
Do not finish that sentence.
Ivory grabs their stone and goes, shush.
See when
Just
you're
kinda like-
using whisper stones, you're not subtle. Like, you realize that, right? That neither of you are subtle?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. No,
Glad
I'm
we're
well
on the
aware.
same page.
Yeah.
It seems that there's a reason Psyche is a member of the Raven's Court and you two are not.
I'm laughing so hard. Ivory is just chilling.
Armani is one inconvenience away from a rage right now, so
Oh.
they're not having a good time.
Okay.
This is high quality D&D, guys.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah.
So you brought... Did you know it was a god weapon when you brought it to me?
Oh, no.
Okay, just making sure that we were on the right page there, because it seemed like you didn't know much
I was
about...
trying to figure out what it was.
Yes, I wasn't sure if that was a front or not. I was verifying that that was, in fact, a front. That was not a front, I mean.
Sorry it burned you, by the way.
You know what? It appears that it could have been much worse. So, based off of your experience, so we'll just call that one water under the bridge, shall we?
Yeah.
So you freed them.
Yes.
Yes.
Because of blackmail.
Yes.
Yeah.
From whom?
Paranoia.
Paranoia.
So paranoia itself was blackmailing you. You had
Yes.
direct contact with it other than the possession up until this point, or was it just the possession?
The
I think it was
possession.
just the possession.
What was it blackmailing you
It was.
with?
It was
Didn't
gonna
get that
torture
far.
friends.
What? You cut out
Didn't
Floyd.
release. It was gonna torture and kill my best friend if I didn't release it. So
That's
I
lame, actually.
kind of. Is it?
They are god weapons.
I shouldn't ask.
How much do you know about them? You weren't seeming very shocked by any of this, so where is your prior knowledge coming from?
She just kind of looks over the two of you. If you'd like to make an insight check, you're welcome
Yeah,
to.
no, I'm about to say, I want to know if this is one of those people.
Ooh, so that was an 11, besties.
Yeah, Lady Bellman's hard to read for you.
4. Okay, 23.
Oh.
Maybe. She seems to be kind of sizing you up and weighing two options in her mind. I'll admit that when you first came to visit me, I didn't know as much as I do now. Mainly because sometimes you find little pieces of information and it unlocks a little bit of a rabbit hole for you, and you can't stop chasing the little line of information until you found yourself an entire little ball of information yarn.
Ivory is like, like, I so understand this. Perfect.
I know balls of yarn.
So, I've recently discovered some things about my own history and made some connections on my end that were happy to educate me on these kinds of issues.
History?
Tell me what you know about the conduits.
Okay, thank God.
Blah. I don't think there's a reason. Actually, hold on. With that insight, can I tell if this is like I just need you to trust, like, I just need to know what you know so I can expand upon it at all? Or is this like I want more information because I don't actually know things?
This is she wants to see how much you know.
Okay.
She seems to know more than she is letting on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not that she doesn't know shit. She knows shit. She wants to know what you know.
I'm just gonna side-eye Armani, and if there isn't any stopping, then I'm just gonna tell her.
I would
Yeah,
like
no,
to
go for
hear
it, yeah.
what you tell her.
I tell her that we know of the number there are and kind of where they are, that we know of the existence of the curators, that like how they were kind of created and who kind of created them, and I mean, like, their names as far as we know. And then I just say, like, what happened with paranoia specifically, as in, like after.
Is Psyche still? Tell me, is Psyche still associated with the Lady of Thorns?
As far as I
Do we
know.
know?
Well, as
I did
far
not
as I
tell
know,
you otherwise.
Oh yeah, right. You and I were, yeah.
Well.
no, we
as
know that
far
they
as-
don't have magic.
Yeah, you know I don't have
Yeah,
magic.
so we know that now.
As far as
Actually,
I know,
wait, no. As far as you know, I broke from the Lady of Thorns. Because I never told
yeah,
y'all shit.
we know
otherwise.
that you aren't with
Yeah.
her. We don't know that you're with someone else.
You also don't know that I briefly went back to her.
Yeah.
So you say?
I mean, they
No.
don't really have magic, so as far as we know, they've been separated from that.
Wonderful. And I assume, based off of the experience you've told me with your possession, sorry about your friend, by the way, that you aren't
They're right
exactly.
here.
Hmm?
What do you mean, our friend?
Points at Armani.
Oh,
Our friend.
Yeah. You can just say that to them. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
What? The guardian angel.
Oh, their friend. Okay, I understand. Wait, what? We didn't say that
What?
much.
You said dark.
Hold
I
on.
figured. No. I'm assuming
I said
because
that
you
too.
summarized. You summarized, so I'm assuming.
I don't think I shared that part.
Okay, what did you say about dark?
We just say that they were
Because Lady Bellman right
threatening
here is
their
regurgitating
friend.
what you told her about dark. She does not know more than what you told her about dark.
Okay, because you said that, I was like,
No.
hold on.
No, hold on. No,
No, your friend,
as
the one
far
that
as
was.
about paranoia, we've said is they threatened
Because you said you talked about the possession.
very vague.
This is why we go
More
through
like
this.
it happened and then they went, like, his terms of it was, let me out, he'll leave us alone, kind of thing, like that much.
Your friend that was tortured, that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because of that, I would assume that you're not exactly in the good graces of the conduits themselves, or nor would you like to be.
No, I wouldn't assume that, no.
But due to your experience with them, you do have a unique perspective.
Yes.
Sure, it'll be my head. I am descended from a line of curators.
Oh.
Cool. I don't say that.
I've recently found my way back into the fold, which is where I found this information. Turns out when you follow those kinds of leads and you have the history that you do, things begin to make a little bit more sense.
So it's a lineage that's passed?
It can be.
Were you intended to join? Can you join them?
It's complicated. Sometimes it's a lineage. It depends on your duty as a curator. There are many curators that are associated with particular areas, curators guarding certain conduits, things like that. Those are almost certainly lineages, unless for whatever reason they have been frozen in time. Like, she kind of stops herself from saying something.
What was behind that?
And I think that,
I know.
unless they've been frozen in time or otherwise kept from aging, of course it's been several generations, unless one is elven, since the Divine War itself. So it's good. So some curators are lineages. The protection and guardianship of conduits is passed down through families. Some curators that work as more general guardians and information lookouts like myself and my family, well, that's somewhat optional. it's considered a bit of an invite-only organization for obvious reasons. But you can't exactly just wander in. I am beginning to wonder something. Did you have an interesting altercation in Moongate?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
That was you?
Yep.
Oh, they're not going to be happy. But like I said, it's my head.
I mean, are you going to tell them? Have you contacted them? Of course you have. You know that.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I have contacted them. I mean, here's the thing. If you have interest in working with curators in order to... I mean, our whole goal is to make sure that the conduits are either contained or destroyed, whichever comes first. We don't need them coming into their power. We don't need another divine war. So, if you're interested in making sure that they are destroyed in the case, and or captured and remained contained...
Yes.
Well,
like, before she finishes speaking, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else you have on your agenda, but if it were the time
beat up some Fae at some point, but like that can wait.
Right. This is more pressing, I think.
I mean, if the rest of your group agrees, at some point I can take you to a demiplane, and you can meet some more curators and maybe collaborate and coordinate some new ways for you to help that are a little more productive than being possessed and actively contributing to one of them being released. We understand that mistakes happen, but you still might have to take some time before working on rising through the ranks just because of that.
No, that's
I don't
fair.
know that we would want to be like contractually obligated for it. More just like freelancing. If that makes sense.
Freelancing is in fact working for a contract for a short amount of time. Are you aware of the definition of freelancing?
Perhaps not.
It also involves a contract, but alright.
Ivory has never had a job except for the one in their family, so like...
Freelancing also involves a contract.
Are you familiar with the definition of freelancing? I'm putting that one in quotes,
Putting that one on the list.
I mean, to be fair, the only quote-unquote freelancing we have ever done was, it's basically been us taking jobs from job boards, and if we don't get it done, there is nothing that happens to us. Like, we just don't get paid.
Yes, that is also how freelancing works.
Well, yeah, but like... It's different.
Is it? Is it
Nomos
really?
voice over your shoulder. You see, we're more independent contractors. We take on projects.
Besides the point.
If you're interested in being a freelance or an independent contractor or whatever with the curators, I'm sure they'd be happy to have you due to your unique perspective. But, of course, there are certain amounts of secrecy that are involved in this. And now, to be fair,
I'm assuming they already know, but
oh, they know who you are.
No, something else. Actually, hold on. Party decision here, real quick.
Oh, sure.
Is it a bad idea for me to tell her / them all as a whole about the quote-unquote cult that was in the hills? Because they're trying to let out the conduits right now. It's like a thing.
I feel like probably not. I feel like that'd be a conflict of interest.
Because we did talk about the fact that there are children there and they're just trying to vibe.
They are just trying to vibe. I would recommend we not tell her. But I am not in this room,
I don't say
and my opinion does not matter.
Okay.
I am of the like don't fucking tell her party.
Okay. I don't then.
If Nomos can't kill them, no one can.
That's fair.
That's a pretty broad statement to make, Nomos, but okay.
Sure. But
that's asking
You
for them
wanted
to be
to kill
killed.
them, you just weren't going to.
But like I said,
You have a moral compass.
if you're interested in that kind of work, I can essentially make an appointment and bring you to a subsection of headquarters.
Yes.
The nearest gate is somewhat hard
Be-
to access, but unless you'd like to travel all the way back to Moongate for a main gate, we can make things
No.
happen.
No, I think we're okay.
Either way, it wouldn't be an immediate thing. I'm sure you need to speak to the rest of your group and make sure that your group would be willing to commit time to working with the curators.
And also, what's happening with the crown?
It's a good question. I don't know. If it helps, it doesn't seem like whoever they have up there has been doing much damage.
Has anything changed?
Not
Has there been,
really.
like, announcements at all of anything at all?
She was announced as returning. She was kidnapped of some kind, I believe was the story, but she had been rescued by brave members of the guard.
Was it Davenport?
I don't know. I didn't. That's really not my.
If it was,
Oh,
Did we rage quit over Davenport? Anyway.
if it was Sir Nicholas Davin fucking Port, I am knocking down the front fucking door of the castle and I'm beheading him.
If you like, I can
Jesus.
ask Shadow and see what he has in information-wise on that and who was credited, but that's not been my priority. Either way, a group
Do I
of-
get the code name?
Are you a member of the Ravens Court?
No, as someone with the curators.
No. That's not how that works.
You guys are so
Wait,
bad at this.
You
I
know.
do both.
So, here's the thing. As I said, a brave group of soldiers apparently rescued her and brought her back since, as she has recovered from the stress of the incident, she has been somewhat more reclusive and isolated than the young Lazarus used to be. Her engagement to Lord Ambrose Robinhall is still on the books, but has been delayed in order to account for her time for recovery.
Has she been seen?
Yes. There's
More
been a
than
slight
once?
change to her appearance, but yes, several times.
Of what?
Her hair was cut short. I believe this was passed on to you already.
Is it the same color? Because it was cut shorter.
It was
Yeah.
cut shorter, it
Never-
never changed color. Journey
Okay.
changed
Okay.
it.
Okay, yeah.
I was told you were already informed of that, but no, she's been seen a few times, and I've attended a few events where she was present. I will say, whoever they have standing in her place is very convincing.
Like the skin and hair thing. The makes like movement gestures.
I have no idea what you mean.
Like the glimmering, like I don't know how to describe what Lazarus looks like. Just the
Whoever it is looks like
Ethereal
Lazarus, sounds
glow.
like
Lazarus.
Lazarus, and acts like Lazarus.
that's unnerving.
If I didn't know what I was looking for, I'd say that she was an exact copy, but like I said, she's slightly more introverted, a little more on edge. Which is saying
Anything
something,
with
knowing
the
the Princess Lazarus.
Queen?
What?
Anything with the king or queen?
They are the same as usual.
I just know that the queen was very odd.
She's always been a bit odd.
Yeah. Yeah, Ewan?
I have a question for you guys. I've zoned a little bit. Have we proposed the idea that replacement Lazarus is the result of the puppet master?
Ooh.
Not out loud. I don't think we can even discuss that with each other in game.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
I
that was ever
that was a
discussed in
Nomos.
game.
I think Nomos shared the fact that there was a thing called the Puppet Master
We all
in
know
Kerrigan.
that in Kerrigan.
We do know it's in
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Puppet
Kerrigan.
Master is somewhere
We
in Kerrigan.
don't know if it's in Targrave, but we know it's in Kerrigan. And Nomos
Bring
has
it.
said, I'm not one to keep pointing fingers at the king, because at first I did it with Kasina, but I'm just saying it would be in the genre of something called the Puppet Master to quite literally puppet a country's government. I do
Yeah.
remember saying those words. So if you want to present
As
that
far
idea,
as
this is a good
Delilah-
first.
The Puppet
Baldwin
Master
knows-
is related to Kasina. Like, that is... In the way that paranoia is
Yeah.
related to the Lady of Thorns, the Puppet Master is Kasina's.
Fucking course it is.
Yeah.
Fucking course it is. I'm gonna kill that fucking god weapon. I'm gonna kill that fucking god weapon
I
for
feel
what
like
it's
that's
not.
not something I'm gonna bring up right now, because I think Nomos can more accurately talk about that.
Yeah.
We're
Okay,
just gonna
I don't know.
call it
Nomos
fine.
is gonna get a chance to talk to
Explain
the
enough
element,
things.
Yeah.
but we'll figure it out.
We're just our attention is being diverted in so many directions. There was problems with some people that journey was being hurt or something. It's fine now, I think. Let's yeah, lots of things to investigate.
Okay. I don't particularly care if you decide to freelance or not, as long as you don't go sharing everywhere my allegiance is.
Oh. No.
Then
Do we have permission to tell Psyche and Nomos?
Yes, you can tell Psyche and Nomos. I would think that your entire little friend group would need to be involved in the decision whether your group would be going places or not. But otherwise, it does not leave your group. Even the Raven's Court does not know that I am associated with the curators.
Understandable. They're kind of
It's not their business, frankly.
under the radar.
It's irrelevant to the Raven's Court's,
Politics?
goals, politics. So they should not know.
Sure. I guess we can go ask about that. We don't have any money.
Sucks.
But-
I don't know. Are you asking for a gift?
No, Is there places we can get some work other than the crown?
Do
We
you
are
want
not
money?
really-
I can just give you money.
We don't want to accept money from you.
What?
There's work for it.
We can just do that?
I mean, I wouldn't have said no.
I mean,
Ivory wants to take money. You can take money. I'm gonna work for it. I don't know.
Bonnie's that fucking audio of the, do you want some? Oh, I'm not supposed to take handouts. It's called sharing.
it's called.
Have you ever heard of sharing?
To be fair, I think this counts
This is
as
definitely a
handout.
handout.
This is definitely a handout.
It
I
comes
mean,
with a
I
wonderful
was very
sprinkling
much-
of condescension.
Ivory is gonna be like, I mean, I was more on the idea of getting work somewhere other than the crown, but
Well,
I mean, if you just want
most
to
of the things
give
you
us
find on
money-
places like quest boards and things like that here are going to be associated with the crown. So
Yeah.
there's that. But if you just want money, I can get you some money. How much do you need?
I mean, just like enough to. I don't know, besties. How much money do we need? What are we doing? What do we need?
I don't know. Hi, you could always try the negotiation tactic of shoot high and work down.
You need
No,
1
I mean,
million
just
gold.
for, room and boards, and we're staying with some, or half of the party is staying with friends. So
How much would room and board cost? I haven't
I
seen
don't
an inn in
know.
a very long time. I don't know. Would 100 gold do? I don't know how to cover this.
that should be fine. Yeah.
would be, yeah.
That's like way a lot for anyone who doesn't know gold prices.
Here's the thing.
2 banana cost,
Well,
Michael.
is
$11.
The
Is
rich
Banana Michael.
includes Lady Bellman.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it does.
Is Lady Bellman the bitch of it's 1 banana, Michael? How much could it cost? $10.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, eat the rich, including and especially Lady Bellman. But
Nomos gave all of his money to just 2 fucking people.
yeah, you said these lesbians deserve thousands of dollars, and you were correct.
They needed it. They didn't want to
You
need
were
it.
wrong. They do.
No, they needed it far more than he did. Thus, he shouldn't have it.
Where are you staying?
The fuck Diana's
Peacemaker place.
Peacemaker. Yeah, Peacemaker place.
I'll have, I suppose that makes sense. I'll have 100 gold delivered to you later tonight.
Delivered.
The way it was said felt like, great, that'll be 100 gold. We have maybe 100 copper between all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go add 100 gold to my inventory unless Floyd, you want to take 50.
I was thinking we would split it evenly amongst the party, Ivory.
Nobody needs to know.
Nobody needs to know.
To be fair, you're the only two there. If you wanted to split it 50-50, you could. Or you could be fair people. I
You could
may
split
not
it, or you
be
could
a
be- you could
particularly
split it.
ethical person, but I am fair.
But I am fair. I just realized the placement of my pop filter lines up perfectly with the Nomos thing that we have. It looks like his shield, and that's so fucking cool.
It is.
That is all. That's all. I just noticed it.
But yeah.
You could share the money. Nomos has given up everything.
Yeah, I would like to share the
In case anything happens, I'm not adding it yet, but we will work on the assumption you're getting.
Okay. Jesus.
All right.
Lady Delilah Bowman has this $100 cash, cold hard cash. Great.
Fair enough. Cold hard fucking cash. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and distribute that throughout your inventories. I won't make you wait on that.
Gold is, in fact, colder and harder than actual cash. So I agree with this. Do we all get 25 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all. Unless Ivory's gonna be a bitch and not
No.
share.
Look, I'm just saying that Lady Bellman has the potential to be a sugar mommy here if you all will use...
She sugar mommy the first time around.
Mommy,
No,
sorry.
she did.
Mommy,
Because I
sorry.
was like, oh my god,
Mommy,
we need money to
sorry.
get us out of here.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy.
This is the second time she's given me specifically money.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
Lady Bellman hates me, so let's jot that down.
She's just really skeptical.
Lady
of
Bellman
all of us.
doesn't hate you?
Lady Bellman does not like
Lady
me.
Bellman doesn't hate
Lady
you.
Bellman
Lady
does not
Bellman-
think highly of you, but it's not
Lady
a
Bellman doesn't-
dislike.
Lady Bellman
Not a
needs to leave
dislike.
her office right now.
She thinks you're an idiot and doesn't want to tell you any of her personal information because she thinks that you would fall for one of those "what's your Sonic the Hedgehog name?" and your first name is your mother's full name, and the second your middle name is all the digits on the front of her
Is
credit
Lady
card.
Bellman's social security number.
I think Armani would fall for it, actually.
Both of you two
No,
The
assume
Raven
Raven
is,
Sport is
Armani
in
would.
danger, and to help them out, all I need is the numbers on the front of your credit card, the expiration date, and the 3 little numbers on the back. But quick, you gotta be fast, because Lady Bellman is running out of time.
There's a counter going down above her head and it's ticking.
Alright. But, regardless.
One of our better episodes, I'm sure.
Yes, I'll have that sent to you. Is there anything else I can help you with? Once you've decided whether or not you'd like to come meddle in curator business, you can come back and tell me. But
Well, I think we just. Well, yeah, never mind. We talked about party. Never mind. Keep talking. Sorry. That wasn't in character. That was me, Floyd, being an idiot and forgetting that I said that. Please ignore that.
But
Okay.
yes. Otherwise, I do need to process Briar's involvement in all of this. I'm going to kill her, but that's besides the point.
Don't.
You can have like, are you gonna like?
I'm gonna
seize
kill
her
my
and-
ass.
Are you gonna like grab her and like pin her up against a wall by like her shirt collar or something?
Whatever strange spirit is currently speaking to me needs to stop.
It is the spirit of the. It's the
Ivory
spirit.
just opens their mouth and like.
Passion eye.
So here's the thing.
Yes,
I
that's
think
what
it
I
would be
said.
cool if.
That's what I said. The spirit of the homosexual agenda.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk to Lady Bellman about?
Do we have time to be like, hey, do you want to also try to also help us find stuff about the Fae that isn't crossed out by children? Or whoever
You
made
can
those?
ask her. She will say that she is busy. But
Thanks. I'm not gonna ask then.
oh, what she will ask is,
Oh.
I will say throughout all of this, you did free the conduit paranoia. Do you perhaps still have the prison?
Ooh, no, we don't.
No, I believe I believe it was stolen from us at one point. Yeah, we had a burglar on our wagon, and he stole a lot of things, and the orb was amongst them. We couldn't get them in time.
Make a deception check.
I have a name
just
for the
nods.
burglar. If you want to make it a better
Please.
lie, I have a name for the burglar. I do know we had
Why
someone
would
ride
you
with
know a
us on the
burglar's
wagon.
name?
Well, no, he hitched a ride with us. Yeah.
What did you get,
it was
Floyd?
fucking.
You mean you're not here?
I got a
It was
15.
James and his
15
friend
deception.
Jonah.
Oh.
It was James, his friend Jonah, and his friend Peregrine.
Well, that is a shame. I'll have to see if I can find out who that is and see if I can locate the orb. It would be useful to have. I mean, the kinds of things you can do with the amount of power that's associated with those is
I mean,
baffling sometimes.
I can give you a very detailed description.
Detailed description of the burglar?
No, of the orb.
Oh, I'm all right, thank you. But
Well, if the orb was like really damaged, could it still be powerful, or does the power lessen?
probably.
when
I
it's
mean, within itself, a lot of them are kind of, as far as I'm aware, they seem to kind of build off of each other and relate to each other.
So fucking angry.
You
I
can
want my
kind
orb
of-
back.
It's almost like you could kind of get part of the part of a combination lock from having like. So certain ones are kind of linked to other conduits, so I'm not sure which orb the paranoia orb was connected to. I mean, they're not all orbs, it kind of depends. But if there's one in a similar type of prison, then, well, that can be connected to the similar one, especially if they know the vague way in which the orb was originally destroyed, then it can be semi-reconstructed.
I know how it was. Oh, well, guess not.
What?
I mean, we know how it was destroyed.
Yes, because you did a ritual, I assume?
Yeah,
And you had
describe
already
ritual.
broken it. Yes, alright, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that was very easy to break in the first place. Why?
That's one of the things that I'm wondering. It doesn't sit right with me, because, one, there should have been... Oh.
Yeah. Because I've been told that there
I'm
were
going to
supposed to
check
be
on
guards.
some things. Yes, I'm going to check on some things. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
But you're right. Something isn't right there.
Because, like, it was, like, dead empty.
Mm-hmm. No, there should have been a curator guarding each conduit's prison, each conduit's drop-off location. That is how it works. That is the job of each of those things. I think I know who was supposed to be guarding that. So I'm going to go look into it. But that's
Okay.
definitely an on my end thing rather than an on your end thing until you actually, like, come with me to go places.
Cool. I think it's about, like, Ivory raises their watch, doesn't see anything, or raises their wrist, doesn't have a watch on, and it's getting about time to perhaps check on Twister. I guess we should probably go.
Oh, all right. You see that she's kind of taken a couple notes and is like, oh, yes, well, if you have things to attend to, then come find me here or have Thorns contact me when you've made your decisions. The decision is ongoing. What?
Should they use the work stone?
Yes, I control the network, so.
Okay. I don't know. I don't want people overhearing.
Don't snitch on me. If you snitch on me for using works.
No, I'm not snitching on you for that. I'm just saying she said to not tell the group that she's involved with them. So if you use the workstone, can other people hear it?
No, it's a one-on-one contact thing. Because I organize and maintain the network, I can tell how often stones are being used and things like that.
She knows!
But it's even I can't snoop in on individual calls.
Okay, so yeah.
The way I'm blushing in real life right now.
Oh no, if you're talking to your...
Come find me here or have Thorns contact me once you've made your decision. It is an ongoing invitation. If you so wish to... What's the word I'm looking for? If you so wish to pick this up at a later time, but have something you want to consider in the meantime or prioritize, you can always come back. Just give me a heads up that you'd rather go do something else first.
Sure, we'll let you know.
All right. Then good luck with whatever else you have going on. You've brought me a lot of very useful information, and I appreciate that.
Likewise.
You can just head out. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, Ivory just fucking stands up, brushes like non-existent dust. They're still wearing pants, no
shirt.
Because
Trust me,
I think Armani
Ewan
is also
noticed. But
Yeah, I think I also did the fancy robe dance combo with tits out.
the two
We're
of
just
you
vibing.
still egregiously underdressed. After having a fascinating interaction with the first curator that's been friendly to you. Make your way
I
back
don't know if friendly is the right word either.
towards the, as in not
Tolerable.
hostile.
Yeah.
But you make your
Tolerable
way
of us.
back down southward through the city, to make your way back to Autumn Alley and decide what your next step is. And I think those decisions will come next week. Because it is
Yay.
11:30 and time to go. But thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us. We really appreciate having y'all here. As usual, this is your secondary binder check. If you are one of our friends that is wearing a binder and has not already taken it off, please do a stretch, please take a deep breath, and if there is pain, please take off your binder. It's late. Take that off before you
Also,
go to sleep.
hey, when you get a chance, wash that thing.
Make the binder soup.
Make a soup,
Binder soup,
because
binder
it
soup.
is a piece of clothing, and those need to be washed.
Absolutely.
Binder
You're
soup.
calling out me directly there. But
I know. I love you.
Binder
so
soup.
me too.
I'm calling you out though.
But and make sure to get some snacks in you, get hydrated if that's what you need. Listen to your body when it asks for things. I don't think we have too much to go over other than you can, as usual, find us on social media at on TikTok and on Twitter at Aldrithe. You can also usually find us one way or another if you ask for us in the fan Discord. There's several people in there that can get in contact with us directly if you have questions. But tweet some stuff at me on Twitter. I'm so lonely, please. I try to post memes. We had a fun little meme last week with the goddamn it
Because
Chris
where the
with a
hell are
are we meme, which was very funny. Shout out to Andy at Cryptic Low for making that. It slaps, and everyone should go check it out. Otherwise, if you don't feel like interacting with us on social media, but want to go check out some Aldrithe stuff, we have a wiki, and you can just go read from all of our cool stuff in there. Otherwise, do we have someone picked out that we want to raid tonight?
Yeah, I went ahead and did a little look around.
Who are we gonna be raiding?
The commune DM or commune DM COMMUNE DM. They're playing D&D as per usual, and they have pronouns on their layout, so
Nice.
queer friendly.
Okay,
Hell.
then let's raid them. And before we all launch off on our raid for the day, while we get ready for that, my one last thing that I like to hit every session is, if no one has told you this week, I love you very, very much, and I'm so glad that you're here. I am so lucky to have you in our stream, in our lives, and we hope to see you next week, but either way, if we don't see you, we love you anyway. Let's go ahead and get that raid started, because I don't quite see the button yet. There we go. And we will see you very soon. Let's go spread some love. See you next week. Bye bye.